Wakey, wakey, shake and bakey, John. It's time for you to get your VTuber news and wake the fuck up. Everybody, wakey, wakey. We have a lot to talk about today, guys, and I hope you're buckled up. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Great to see all of you. Good morning. Happy Sunday. And welcome to another episode of the VTuber Review. I'm now changing my tagline for the VTuber Review. It's no longer going to be "It's got worse." It's "Welcome to the VTuber Review," the safe zone from Twitter. Hope you're doing great, guys. What's up? Happy dealer. I thought you said happy birthday. I'm like, wait, it's not my birthday. I mean, are we doing that joke where it's like, oh my god, it's your birthday. Oh my god, yippee. And it's not actually my birthday. I'm gonna nap my hands are. No napping. Only noosing. What's up, Ray Rose? How are you, sweetheart? Welcome to the VTuber Review, where it always gets worse. Or welcome to the VTuber Review, the safe haven away from Twitter. So, oh my god, yesterday, guys, I had such a good OFFKAI meet and greet. I know, right? The safe zone from Twitter. It's pretty good, right? I had such a great meet and greet yesterday. I genuinely loved it. Had a wonderful time. And now, guys, we're going to be talking about a bit of OFFKAI. You guys remember several weeks ago, not months ago, almost a month, several weeks ago, we were talking about a issue with OFFKAI where people were upset about the nsly booth. What's up, Ramberos? Good to see you, bro. It was so good to see you. Meet you again. Well, we're coming back to that. We're going to be circling back to the nsly booth again, guys, because now that the nsly booth is out there, you know, it's become a problem again. So we're going to talk about it. Obviously, some people are very upset about the booth in itself existing at OFFKAI. We'll see what you want to say. Room Beer, I have a really quick question for you. If I could just ask you, since you're at OFFKAI, how many children have you actually seen at OFFKAI? If you don't mind me asking, have you seen like a bunch? Have you seen a handful? Have you seen almost none? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how many kids have you seen at OFFKAI? El Ricardo's here as well, a few. I know it's forecasted to be 104 degrees today. I know it's so bad for me too. Like maybe a handful at best. Okay, so like there's not a lot of kids at OFFKAI. And I think that is 2 to 3. Okay, so very important to kind of keep in mind. I'm gonna write this down in my notes for later, right? But obviously it's not gonna take away from what I'm about to say. But I do want to talk about the exact situation going on with the entirety of, you know, the fancy stuff going on with OFFKAI. I'm also going to share with you some recap, all kinds of good things going on, because there's a lot of good. Of course, also a little bit of drama, some bad things as well. But we'll talk about all of it here this morning. We're also going to talk about a YouTuber that is being criticized and called a PDF. That is right, they're calling him a pedophile because he likes MAID mint. I wish I was making this up, chat. No, you're legitimately upset with this guy enjoying MAID mint as a VTuber. I'm utterly in shock. Look, I think that there's a lot of things to be upset at people about. But what the fuck? Like, this is so weird. Boy, thank you for the gifted sub, dude. What's up, Nate? I was wondering where my banana was, you know? Yes, I'm not kidding. People are upset with somebody liking MAID mint. They literally are calling him a pedophile. So we're going to take a look at that. Wild story. Of course, another VTuber also got outed recently, allegedly for SA. Because of that, the group that he was part of separated with him. So we will take a look at that as well. When people start talking about how their kid got exposed to Nazi war content, and OFFKAI, who's going to fire the nukes, drama tubers or loot tubers? I mean, here's a question, JJ, which I'm going to pose to you. Whose responsibility is it about being exposed to this not safe for work content? Is it the adult or is it OFFKAI's? That's going to be one of our big questions today that we're going to talk about. I have a lot to say about this particular issue because I think there's a lot of double standards that are being applied to stuff that, like, socially, we already socially accept a lot of, like, if you go out in public, inevitably, you are going to be exposed to adult content, unfortunately. Like, even if you go to, I mean, let's say Target, right? You go to Target. I mean, there's condoms there, right? Like, is that suggestive stuff in there? Or even, like, maybe a magazine? I'm sure, like, I've been to Walgreens and seen some very suggestive magazines, you know? Like, I think there's a lot to talk about with it, but I have my opinion. I'll share with you. I want to see what you guys have to say as well. I mean, for me, I think it's the adults, obviously, are more, you know, they're the ones that are more responsible about it, but I'll hear what you guys have to say. I don't think much of my argument has changed. I think there is one criticism that I do want to add to this, but I was at the VA the other day and there were free condoms on every table counter. Yeah, so I guess the condom symphony from the children's tile. No, exactly. Like, well, what do you consider being, I guess, exposed to adult type of content or explicit or suggestive type of content, right? So we're gonna have to talk about that. Again, I think that when even at Walgreens, I've seen some very suggestive magazine covers. I'm like, the adult, a lot of people upset about offensive with OFFKAI yelling, screaming about it, bad faith. Right, it's a lot of names that have a vendetta against OFFKAI. I mean, like, my question as well was, oh my god, if I knew that you were on the big screen yesterday, I would have come over to say hi. Oh my god, you're totally good, sweetheart. I had a very long line, surprisingly, so, but thank you, very sweet. I mean, not only that, but I do think that, when you think about anime conventions, right, there's kind of, worldwide, regularly have artist alleys, dealer halls, and all of these already have explicit prints, body pillows, dockies and body pillows are the same thing. Dockies, poop mouse pads. I mean, all that kind of stuff is already out there, right? I don't think that the fancy booth is any different or extreme from how things have already been handled in the past. You know what I mean? Yeah, and there's always like 18 plus vendors. I think the big thing was, they weren't showing any explicit content, but we are going to talk about the QR code. I mean, I would love to see how you guys feel about that, because obviously with the QR code, I think that's where we're going to have some differences, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think we'll, talk about that. Like, having YouTubers appear in OFFKAI, not calling them a bad thing, by the way, right? But, like, for instance, hypothetically, chat, I'm going to throw you a hypothetical to think about for a while before we dive into the story, but let me give you this hypothetical. So, at OFFKAI, they have a QR code, right? This is the QR code for nsly. And in this QR code, you can scan it. It takes you to a website where you have to acknowledge you're 18, and then you can view some stuff, right? So how is this QR code right here, other than, of course, it being at a booth, any different from a creator that's doing XY meet and greet over here that also has a QR code? Are we going to hold any of those creators to that exact same standard? That would be my question, right? Because if they have a QR code that you're upset about, right, and it allegedly exposes you to adult content, what if this creator has a QR code as well? That also leads to adult content. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you as well, Nid. Yep, creators can have their own QR codes. I mean, I have my own QR code. Yeah, you can just make one. So that way when you're at meet and greets, people can come up and, scan your stuff and follow you, all that kind of stuff, yeah. Yeah, it's very, very common. I don't know how many cons or anything you've been to, but very, very common type thing that they do. But anyway, we'll talk about all this today. Definitely quite an interesting conversation. I think I lean the same way that I did before. The QR code thing, I do want to talk about that a little bit. And maybe some people do have a problem with that. Again, I think you have to acknowledge that because when you click on it, there's that screen that pops up that says you have to be 18. You can click on that. I did try it out with two different ones. I tried it out with a VPN. And of course, in my state of Texas, I got that same pop-up for both. So, yeah, very common to have QR codes on business cards as well. Very, very common. But we will dive into all that, guys, coming up. Might be a short show, might not. Kind of depends on how much y'all want to dive into conversation. I don't, honestly, like, genuinely, I don't have a lot, but the stories we're going to talk about are very deep, so we'll dive into it in a bit. But how are you guys? What are your plans this weekend? I'm going to be honest, I think today I'm going to work on some stuff after stream. I'm going to get ready for tomorrow because we have the new death battle, which I'm so excited to react to. I will do that as well. Only time I ever mess with QR codes are like for Sun and Moon. Gotcha. Does it say where to go to or no? Text warning. What do you mean? Maybe explain a little bit more what you mean. I'm sorry. I don't think I know what you mean. It's been good, Ginga. We're talking about, of course, all the good and bad going on with OFFKAI. So I'm gonna break at work watching Heavy Metal Elf. Yo, what's up, Cully? How are you, Kitty? Welcome in. I went to a concert last time, which was fun. What'd you go to? Probably gonna get day 3, going soon and fly back home. Yeah, absolutely. Sunday's always the wind down day for cons, but I mean, there's always some good early morning or like very early afternoon events. Sunday's the sad day for cons, right? Everybody's leaving. You're waving goodbye and hugging your friends. That's always the worst, but I definitely miss going to cons, big time. I think that's one of the biggest things I just miss in general. Yo, what's up? How's it going, Ophelia? Welcome in, Kitty. Only use QR codes for gacha games. Like what? Oh, you mean for like rewards? Hello? Oh, okay, I guess my mic died. Hold on, let me reset my, my interface really quick, hold on. Yeah, I'm talking and my mic just fucking died. I'm debating doing a third date off. Everything is so sore. I'm after 10 plus hours last 2 days with minimal rest in between. Yeah. It's been doing this more recently, and I just got this Behringer, so I'm really, I don't know if it's because I leave it on all the time. I should probably start unplugging it. I dropped my wife and my mother-in-law at the airport at 5:30. I brought my 3D printer home for vacation. Gonna set that up to make some fun stuff while I'm home. And start deep cleaning the house over the next week. Nice. And it sounds like you're got a busy day. Hey, what's up, Ruling? How are you? I know it's always good to catch everybody live. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop or start unplugging my Behringer every night. I just leave I leave it on all night long. Like every day. I just never turn it off, so should probably do that. But anyway, guys, yeah, I think I'm gonna work on some stuff around the house, knock out some work. And then I think I'm also gonna go, let's see, what else am I gonna do? I'm also gonna go to Target. I gotta grab some stuff. I'm trying to get ready for my vacation, like, very slowly. So, like, I'm already doing work, like, way ahead of time. I'm trying to, like, schedule posts now, because I know it's gonna be so much. And then also I have my debut coming up in August, so I'm trying to get ready for that. It's just like, yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, my shift starts soon. Have a great time. Oh my god, I'm so sorry you have to work on a Sunday. Have a good one. Where are you going? I'm going to Florida to visit some family. I think we're gonna go to Disney maybe for a few days. So I'm gonna be gone for a while, David. I'm gonna be on vacation for the longest I've ever taken a break. I'm actually really scared about that. I think everybody's gonna forget about me. I'm gonna miss y'all. Yeah, gonna be weird. 12 whole days of vacation. Hey, what's up, Pip? How are you? Yeah, 12 whole days. Yeah, 12 days, David. I think y'all are gonna implode. I've never been gone that long. Yeah, I gotta go to Target because there's some stuff I need to grab, but also I need some, like, makeup. Target has, like, some good brands, so I gotta go grab that up. Sorry, I never heard of them. See, they're already forgetting about me, Chad. Oh my god. They're already forgetting about me. The amount of news I'm gonna come back to. Oh my god. I'm not looking forward to that at all, Irish. I think I'm gonna probably explode. I might not implode, but the VTuber community might go nuclear. Yeah, I hope not. Every time, let's see, what was the biggest thing that Rima missed? Because she was on break for a little bit, right? I feel like she didn't miss anything, like, super duper crazy, right, guys? Yeah, I'm trying to remember. What? We didn't have, like, a cinder level of nuclear, right? Come back to OFFKAI next year. Dude, I would love to. Just the problem was the cost of the booths was astronomical. Yeah, I mean, we really wanted to come, but sadly, it was just like, I don't know what happened. OFFKAI was like, it was just double the price as a booth. I'm like, damn, bro, like, I really would have loved to come. Ain't no way anybody's forgetting. I don't know, dude. I don't know. That is a really long break, Borg. You know what I mean? That is a really, really long break. Okay, guys, let me reset my Behringer really quick one more time. because I would like to be able to not have static in my ears. So hold on just a moment. I think I'd rather I think I'd rather do this like now, so that way we don't have to deal with it later. You know what I mean, chat? Yeah, I think I'd much rather deal with it now. So just reset it. I'm gonna push a ton of overtime just to be able to pay for everything. Right. I think we get paid 50% more for any overtime work. Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's very expensive. You know, cons are always that way. But no, we really wanted to do a booth, but that was like a big reason for us to visit because we could have vtuber stuff, but Valley was just way too expensive this year compared to last year. So I'm hoping maybe next year there's like, I don't know, some leveling out. It feels like I haven't been able to look at Artist Alley, so I don't know how full it was, but let me know if you guys are there. How was Artist Alley looking? Yo, what's up, Alex? How are you? I don't know what algorithm brought me to your channel, but it's the best decision the internet has ever made. Yo, what's up, Robster? How are you? Thank you for being here. Welcome in. We are about to chat some VTuber news. Cutie, are you going to take photos of your vacation? I am. Yeah, I'm going to be taking plenty of pictures for y'all. I'm actually working on a this new thing that's coming out. It's like AR related thing, so hopefully I can take like some pictures that way. And some IRL pictures too. Well, I'm a bit curious. Do you know Muse? Yeah, I know Muse. Oh, you saw Muse past Wednesday. Nice. I'm not like a big Muse fan, but I do know about them. I unironically have milk with me for breakfast. Look, I gotta say this, and everybody judges me for this, but I don't like milk.
Oh, brother, this guy
yeah, it's like,
stinks.
apparently, everybody says I have the, you know, the milky mommy, like, energy, like, no, I don't like milk. I think milk is gross. Like, I like it in cereal, but I just don't like drinking, I like drinking milk by myself, you know what I mean? Like, just drinking milk by itself is disgusting to me. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it like I see it, guys, but it's not for me. Yeah, not for me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sure everybody's like, how could you say this to me? But milk alone weird. I like to mix with chocolate powder. Yeah, sure, absolutely. I've been drinking 30 years. I love it though. Our salaries are full. They were in the same room as the exhibition hall, but she packed with a whole section dedicated one day boost. I would rotate. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so it was full. So, but yeah, then why not make an extra either? We'll see. Why doesn't like to drink milk? Like handing it out. Exactly. I'm the weird one. I eat cereal dry and I eat milk out of cup. See, I like cereal dry and like a little like. You ever put in like a little Ziploc baggie? You know, I would take it like to work and like snack on it. You know, I did like that a lot. Oh my God, you're so right. We did not hit the McCrelly. Yes, yes. We did not hit the McCrelly yesterday. I'm so happy. Yes. I really thought we were gonna hit it, dude. I was gonna die. I literally was gonna die. I'm so glad we didn't hit it. And like a trail mix, yeah, kind of, Kuro. Like, you just like snack on it, you know? I would do that at work all the time. Yeah, we were 42 subs short. Thank God. Thank God. Dude, I actually would have died. I'm pretty sure I actually would have died. I mean, the only challenge is happening tomorrow because would be pity. Never make challenges like that again because Tal will make sure they hit it. See, that's my problem, Shadow. That's my problem. I know that they will hit it. Why? Oh shit! Hold on. Let me grab my tea really quick. Hold on. I forgot it. I kind of need that. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to function without my tea, Chad. That's like the one thing I gotta have. You also, wait, what? You also fucking despise a cocoa drink? What do you mean? Look, chocolate milk is different from regular milk, right? That shit is like super duper sweetened up. Yeah, very different, very different. Love the model, great eye candy. Yo, thank you so much. I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take the compliment. I'll get what I can get. So, Yo, what's up? How's it going? Good to see you in. Welcome. Your name is very hard to read on my chat. Let me see. Kinto. What's up, Kinto? How are you? For some reason, your name is like really dark green, and on my screen, it was really, really hard to actually like read. What's up, Pickle? How are you? Today, we're gonna be talking a little bit of VTuber news. I'm excited, guys. It's I like talking about OFFKAI every year, right? Yeah, same with yours, Demon Beef. It's really, really dark green, but oh, it's so Sunchy yesterday too. That guy. What's up, New Metal? How are you? Welcome in, sweetheart. How's your con experience going, dude? Yeah, it's very nice to see you. Finally, I came on Elara's stream, bro. Are you? Boo this man, chat. Oh, yeah, Twitch with its random color, I guess. Yep. You all love 6-7 now. Get ready for no. Please, you've ever seen the thing with like it was really funny. So you know the up and down they do a 6-7. I saw one where the Grinch was doing a meet and greet at Universal, and the kids are like 6-7 to him. He's like 6-7. No. We're past that now. We're at 8-9. But instead of doing it like up and down, you go sideways. So you're like 8-9. Oh yeah, that's much better, Demon Beef. Oh my god, that's so much better. Like, holy shit. It was really hard to see like all the stuff. Raw cocoa does mesh with liquid milk. Oh no, chocolate milk is very different from regular milk. Yeah, that's completely different actually. I did see Tuppy. It was awesome. It was so good to see her. Yeah, it's just been nice getting to know her more this year, and it's been an awesome experience. Yeah, I had a great meet and greet though, all around. I saw Bibu do something somewhere in the serendipity short. Yeah, I've been seeing the 8-9 a little bit more. And it's so funny to me, bro. It's so funny to me. But yeah, chocolate milk is completely different from regular milk. You're throwing like more flavoring and like sweetness into it. That's completely different. But just like regular like raw milk by itself, I don't know, dude. I'm not about it. For such a long time I loved chocolate milkshakes, but I didn't drink chocolate milk. But isn't that like the same thing? Or yeah, the 89 protocol. What about pilk? Okay, which milk are we talking about? Pepsi milk or Pepto-Bismol milk? Because there's two different types of pilk. Both are equally disgusting, by the way. I've had pilk. It's god-awful. Yeah, it's really, really god-awful. Well, thank you guys for all the nice comments this morning. And again, I welcome in on the new faces. I hope you're doing well. We are going to be diving into a little bit of VTuber news. There are 3 pilks. Wait, there's a third one. Wait, pilk is Pepsi, Pepto-Bismol, penis? Like, what's the... Oh, pickle. I didn't know. I was just gassing, bro. I was just... The natural milk. Sorry, pickle milk. Pickle milk. Oh my god. Walk, how many wheel spins do I owe, by the way? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't know, bro. I didn't know. Oh, yeah, Pepto-Bismol milk. I remember when Lalia made that. That shit was awful, dude. Oh my god, it looks so disgusting. Man, I've had Pepsi milk. That shit was bad, too. Alright, so anyway, chat, let's do a little bit of wheel spins before we get started. I owe you 21 wheel spins, chat. That's pretty nuts. So, let's do a 1 times 1, and we'll do a 2 times 10. These are from yesterday, so that I didn't get a spin. So, here we go, guys. This one is going to be our 1. Yeah, this will be our 1. Did I really get 6 minutes? Okay, I'll take that. Yes. Double milk for chat. That's fine. Man, you gifted 100 subs yesterday. It was wild. Yeah, it was wild. Let's go. Yes. All right, double milk eats for everybody. Starting right now. There you go, guys. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Good to see you, Dan. Welcome in. All right, here we go. Double Milkies is diabolical, bro. No, times 10. 40 minutes. 40 minutes, bro. This sucks. 40 minutes. Oh my god. Nah, please. Please have mercy. All right, here's your last time stint, chat. Oh my god. $90 minutes. 90 minutes. That's bullshit, dude. That's bullshit. 90 minutes, bro. 90 fucking minutes. Oh my god. What the fucking fuck, dude? All right, here we go. I'll do them right now. Oh my god, we're back at 11 hours. No. I'm dead. I'm dead. You guys added an hour and a half? That's crazy. Yes, I already did that one, Walk. Yeah, I already did that one. At the start of stream. Yeah, that was already on there. Y'all are fucking nuts, chat. That's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe this bullshit. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Oh my god. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. Okay, you know what? It's fine, chat. It's fine. You know, I don't even care because, you know, I'm into some of that today, guys. I'm gonna be running through this shit so quick. It's gonna be over, bro. It's gonna be a GG's. Like, wrap that shit up. What's up, Yoon? How are you? Welcome back. I'm sorry, bro. We didn't hit the McCrully goal. Womp womp. All right, here we go, guys. Let's dive into a little bit of VTuber news. So I want to tell you how I'm going to be doing today, all right? So we're going to be talking about bans and suspensions. We're also, of course, going to be talking about debuts, graduations, all that other stuff. Then we will talk about a little bit of corporate news, and then we'll go down to indie news and cap everything off. However, there are a few bigger stories down in the indie stuff that we are going to talk about, but, you know, for now, here we go. Let's do it, guys. So first up, let's talk about what's going on with Luminous Red, guys. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, Luminous Red, as you guys know, did receive a strike on her channel, right? However, Luminous Red did receive a contact from YouTube. We're all very hopeful that everything would be fixed. Yeah, what's up, Vampy? How are you, sweetheart? Yeah, we were all very, very hopeful that everything was going to be righted. Well, Luminous Red goes on to say, so Team YouTube, DM me earlier letting me know their team was going to review the moments from the added context for my post here. I had hoped that after reviewing the extra content, they stuck with the original decision and then lead me back to the policy page, which I quoted my original post, essentially telling me to look at the exact same thing that tells me I broke no rules. I'm frustrated and confused. I'm essentially being told to look at the source of information, which tells me it was fine. Please, YouTube, this is not okay, especially not even giving me a reason as to why it violates the TOS. So I can avoid the same mistake in the future. Isn't that fair to any creator to tell them they made a mistake? And I refer them back to the thing that's telling them they made no mistake, but still punishing them. Please, everybody, your hard work, or please, everyone, your hard work pushing this got them to review it again. If you're making a difference, please keep up the pressure. Maybe this can be resolved.
Good God.
Well, if you guys remember... Fuck you, Markiplier.
In an ugly way.
If you guys remember, what happened with Lumi was, she got a strike for nudity and sexual content policy for a double entendre about holes, which actually, according to Team YouTube, is fine, but of course the AI moderation decided to give her a strike. She got, you know, part of an appeal started, and ultimately they did turn it down. I mean, listen to what happened, guys.
This is like class. Yeah, filling your holes.
Damn it, Kirby!
I agree, it's very addictive,
That was it. That is why she got a strike on her channel, chat. Absolutely ridiculous. I feel so bad for Lumi. Yeah, that huge YouTube L, as always. So, guys, give Lumi some love and support. I do feel really bad for her. Obviously, YouTube denied her appeal again, but I think the more we push it, the better. Yeah, YouTube AI moderation is absolute garbage. It really is just absolute garbage. So of course, guys, I do want to talk about what's going on here with Pedro the Gremlin and Chibidoki. The Pedro the Gremlin goes on to say, I didn't want to make this post, but I got worried after seeing this person show up in other people's art posts just to leave negative comments. I don't have much of a reach, but if anybody in the Chibi community sees this person, commenting on your tweets or artwork, please just ignore and block them. They're currently dealing with some personal issues and shouldn't be online in their current state. Please don't let their mean comments get you. So looking here at the comments, Chibi actually went on to say, please don't harass, but please block this person, as well as this account. And of course, here's the account name. Normally I'm not for callouts, but they are harassing community members and threatening them. So please report a few times and block. Again, don't harass. Chibi said this person is very mad at me because I played Power World and they hate the game. So like any normal person who started stalking community members and leaving mean comments and threats. I'm sorry, for playing Power World, they're upset with Chibi. I'm sorry, what? That is the dumbest thing I've ever read in my life. How dare you play Power World? I hate this game. You know what I'm gonna do? Start stalking you. What the hell, dude? But what's worse as well is they're not just going after Chibi, they're going after, you know, her community members, her fans. Literally, actually unhinged, guys. So we'll let you know about this person. Here's their name. Of course, here's the other account as well. Just be careful out there, guys. Obviously, if they are going after Chibi, I imagine that if anybody even plays Power World, you could be a potential target. So be careful, guys. In other news, guys, this is Akuru Seiya. Akuru Seiya, of course, was a VTuber. Says, you're to spare independence on my main food. Beware of the deadly poison kisses. Well, sadly, guys, they did recently pass away. This is a very sudden announcement, but Akira Sayu has passed away. We, the family, extend our heartfelt gratitude to all who warmly supported them during your lifetime and everybody who's involved with her. We apologize for this abrupt notice and deeply thank everybody who supported her until now. Officially, per the wishes of the deceased and the bereaved family, we will refrain from providing further details. So again, please give it 07 in the chat for your support to the family as well. Yeah, very, very unfortunate, guys. Of course, also, Onigiri having a bit of a scare. Neurosama actually having to talk about this, but Onigiri and Neurosama rescheduling their collab because Onigiri actually really deeply cutting her finger before their collab. So Onigiri goes on to say, all right, hold on, I got phlegm. Onigiri going on to say, just a small update for those who are worried. Everything is okay. The doctor says the cut is a bit deeper than it looks, but nothing detrimental. But I should rest it and not get it wet. I have a follow-up tomorrow to make sure everything is healing okay. The Neurosama collab instead has been rescheduled for next Thursday, but more fun things to look forward to next week. I'm not going to show you the clip. I mean, there's a bunch of clips, but I mean, it did look pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. Definitely a little graphic, but she is doing okay, guys, so don't worry too much. Yeah, I mean, I saw, like, the whole clip. I'm like, oh, my God, dude, like, that does not look good. I mean, she did cover up her thumb and everything, but, I mean, she did say it's not as deep as it looks. So I guess that is, you know, good news, right? Another news as well, guys, checking in here with React. We do have a graduation, that is right. And this was very unexpected graduation. I want to tell you why, but anyway, let's talk about Hana Basumi Akio. They actually ended up graduating from React at the end of January 2026. So that's right, guys. They even graduated for 6 months, and we're just now finding out about it. The reason for the delay in reporting is that since before the end of January, our company and Kiel have had numerous discussions regarding activities, management structure, and intention to graduate. Our company has made efforts to provide the necessary support and has tried to persuade her to stay and not graduate. Yeah, 6 months of nothing, guys. Due to the accumulation of these circumstances as well as miscommunication regarding these discussions, I think it's some time to report this to you. Everyone now decided to sincerely accept your request to graduate and send you off. We sincerely apologize to Kyo herself and everybody who supported her for this worrying burden this has caused. I mean, again, that's... Look, I understand graduations happen, right? But considering that they graduated 6 months ago, or at least needed their attention and we're just now finding out, I mean, that's wild, guys. That's absolutely wild. But if you don't know Kyo, Kyo was actually one of, like, kind of the OG VTubers, right? He actually debuted back in 2018. made a name for herself as a flagship VTuber by leveraging her exceptional singing ability. But again, this is kind of a big hit because this is again one of the OGs, guys. Like this is like, you know, 2018 VTuber. That's a real OG, you know. So I'm very sad to see them go. Of course, everybody's kind of been wondering what's going on, but we did finally get a little bit of an update. Yeah, she was amazing. You should certainly go check her out if you never heard of her. Of course, also, guys, we have another graduation to talk about, and that is Lorelei Locke. Lorelei Locke actually is graduating, guys. So let's go take a look at what she had to say about her graduation, guys. Yeah, exactly, Captain. It's like 2018. Like, that's one of the OGs, bro. You have to remember that.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Good morning. I'm a little tired, and I'm strangely very nervous.
Bro, she has like that, like perfect, like ASMR voice, you know?
Everyone here,
yeah, her voice is incredible.
Everybody starts saying, "Oh my God, it's so over," and being sad and crashing out. I want to have a quick conversation with you.
That's what everybody does when they see like important announcements.
Do you want to talk about the new Final Fantasy updates that happened?
Yeah, anytime there's an important announcement, everybody's just like,
we'll probably talk about it on Monday. I will be streaming on Monday. So for those who are maybe new to the channel, or maybe are coming in for the first time, my recent announcement message really picked up. I have been streaming on and off for 5 years. I initially didn't come in as Lorelei. I initially came in, many people know, as a different persona, but I became Lorelei.
Yes, you might know her prior persona because we talked about her before. Unfortunately, she was I mean, nothing that was her fault, right? She was just part of some drama in a prior agency.
God, what, 2023? And Lorelei was a very interesting redesign. Lorelei was originally just a character I made up.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I really love this design. I think it's awesome.
Express the drowning feeling that I had while I was struggling with PTSD and depression.
Yeah, I mean, people do that all the time.
A lot of trauma that I had. For those who are maybe has been around for a really long time.
Yeah, it's like NPR voice. You're so right, Kat.
Trafficking. And as a result, we've done a lot of charity streams for that. However, I really do feel like Lorelei was part of a healing process. It really helped me feel like I was able to take ownership and control of a very dark time in my life. And as a result, I was able to turn
that's actually
a drowning feeling into something that really made me happy. I really love you guys. You guys really were a part of that healing process as well. And the gratitude that I will have for you all is immeasurable. With that being said, we do have an announcement, so we're just going to get into it. We're just going to rip off the Band-Aid. To my kelp buds and friends, today I am sharing some very bittersweet news. After nearly 5 incredible years of streaming, I have made the difficult decision to go on indefinite hiatus from content creation as Lorelei Locke.
Now, I do want to stop right here, guys, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, this is sad. You know, super sucks. I agree with you, right, guys? All right, let me move my mic. This is obviously very sad to see people graduate, but it does look like that she has good things coming up, and this is for a good reason. So,
my final podcast will take place on August 31st, 2026. That's next month. We have plenty of time together. I'm going to be scheduling a lot more streams than I normally would.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
I want to spend as much time with you guys before I
2
go.
months of time with her, which is, you know, fantastic,
really
right?
You guys.
It's not all just doom and gloom.
This decision was not made lightly, nor quickly. However, I encountered an opportunity in my professional life that now requires my utmost and full attention. While my journey as your streaming swamp horrors may be coming to an end, the memories we created will stay with me forever.
So again, guys, this isn't all doom and gloom. It just she's moving on to something because her professional career is popping off, right? And that's always a good reason. I mean, obviously we're gonna miss her. I did know a little bit more about her from her past life. I've talked to her, you know, a handful of times. She's very kind. So I hope you'll offer some support to her, guys. But I'll let her finish reading all this.
To ensure I can navigate those transitions smoothly, please note the following timeline for my community spaces and related channels. As you might see, if you're on YouTube, this live stream is the only thing
exactly.
on YouTube.
Like life comes first, always, right?
This announcement
life
will be
is
taken
always
down
first,
along with Twitch VODs and stuff on September 1st, 2026. I might dual stream my graduation, but if you are a YouTube enjoyer, I stream almost exclusively on Twitch, and that isn't going to be changing this month. It's just much easier for me to handle and maintain only one Twitch chat. All Twitch VOD archives and clips will also be taken down on September 1st, 2026 at 10 a.m. EST on Twitch. YouTube's already been taken down.
You know, guys, I think if I were to ever graduate, which I don't think is anytime soon, but, you know, hypothetically, right, I will say that I don't think I would ever take my VODs down. I think I would always leave those up for y'all,
Social media
you know?
and Twitter. I will keep it open until further notice. A lot of people like to joke that I've been on a VTweeter arc. That is kind of true.
The VTweeter arc.
I've been really sick for this past year.
We all have a VTweeter arc at one point, you know?
I'm feeling a lot better, though, by the way. Expect me to continue to be around in a small capacity and occasionally support and post about those I watch and I care about. You guys know I love my OGs, and I am also addicted to Scab. That isn't changing. My community Discord, it will remain open for current active users, and I will continue to post in there and hang out with you all. However, it will be invite only moving forward. I will not be allowing new people without permission asked first. To my kelp buds, thank you so much for turning a very dark night into a warm welcoming day. Every piece of fan art, every cheering chat message, and every late night laugh meant the world to me. The gratitude and the love I have for you all will never fade. I also want to send my deepest gratitude to my VTuber parents, my designer Apebe, my illustrator Kamame, and my rigger Rafu. Thank you so much for giving me such a beautiful form and bringing my dream to life. I also want to say thank you to every artist who has done commission artwork for me as well, both in the past and current. To my moderation team, especially Avi, thank you for keeping our little corner of the internet safe and kind. As a final request, please continue to support.
I think if I were to graduate, I'd be like, 1 month, I'm graduating. Okay, bye. No, I would have to, I owe it so much to them. I think I would constantly be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I like leaving a moment in your own graduation, acknowledge the other people. I think that's really,
friends
really, really nice.
And my fellow VTubers. Please also respect my privacy and the boundaries of myself as Lorelai moving forward. So let's make this final month an absolute blast. Thank you. Okay, this is going to be a short stream, but I'll see you all Monday. I love you very much. Okay, remember, stay healthy and stay hydrated. Okay, goodbye.
I mean, that's it, guys. There's really not much much to add to this, but I did at least want to let you know. I think that, you know, it is very sad to see her go nonetheless, but we'll be thinking of her. I mean, she's had a very storied history, of course, within the VTuber community. 5 years is a very, very long time. Alara graduated because of reluctant subathon jail. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I think that's the thing, right? I'll always be in subathon jail, so I don't think I'll ever be able to, you know, leave, right? Like, that's the problem. I went into corporate related. There's a couple other, you know, I saw that, Sigma. I saw some people talking about that. I don't really want to, like, feed into that rumor because I just don't know yet. But I think it's worth, I think it's worth, like, thinking about. But, yeah, I don't know, right? This could just be one of those things where a bunch of people are, you know, going on, hiatus, and it just happens to be the same time. I mean, for her, she literally says, like, you know, it's something, like, more, like, professional related, right? A professional opportunity in my professional life. So it sounds like it's something very different from her VTubing life, right? Because, like, let's say that I got picked up by, like, a big corporate, right? I'd be like, well, guys, you know, I'm moving on to something better, something bigger, right? Like, I think that wording is really important, you know? Someone had a requirement for streaming. No, not at all. I'm just trapped in one. Yeah, that's just a me thing. Yeah, so no, that's just a me thing, sweetheart. But nonetheless, we are wishing her all the best, guys. Of course, also checking in here with Poca. Poca, of course, from Hello Live, going on to say, hey, here's an announcement. Please let me take a break from my own stream for the rest of July. I'll be focusing entirely on treatment for the health issues I've been dealing with. If it looks like the breaks will drag on longer, I'll let you know right away. I can think maybe I can manage it somehow and ended up half-assing things, which made me late with this announcement. I'm always making you worry. Sorry about that. Thank you for understanding. What? Daniel, I don't know if you're here. I can't remember off the top of my head. Well, what has Poke been dealing with health-wise? Maybe you can remind me. I feel like I should remember this, but for some reason it's not coming to me. But I know she's been dealing with a lot of health issues and something that we talked about before. I know someone who has trapped and owned some of that much less than 9 days, so she celebrated her 6 years. I've been in this for like a year and a half, so and I do understand being trapped into some of them. Another news as well, guys. Of course, Matsuri debuted their brand new outfit. These are Miss debuts. So cute. I love the very gothic Lolita look to that. Very kind of like classic gothic as well. Of course, also, guys, Eggs over Easy Eggs actually just debuted their brand new model and also announced they're going to be part of WME management. Absolutely incredible. So there's that new model looking great. And of course, huge announcement for them becoming part of WME. This is just a management group, but I love that so much. They did also release a brand new song here. So let's go check out a little bit of it. I love the fucking goose on the drum. Yeah, this one is called Unbreakable. It is the original. Yeah, DB, imagine doing a subathon. The fucking goose on drums. And you can go check out the whole thing over on her page. There's the music and, of course, her actual page. So check it out, either one, guys. But congratulations on them. Very, very cool. And, of course, guys, you might have missed this one back just 2 days ago. I know I missed it. How did she got a collaboration with? Yes. First, we had Sinuki, who just debuted their new 2.0. And asking for a friend, what do you do with mud so hard it clogs the toilet and nothing works? I guess they're like a sewer monster. I don't know, but let me go look at their profile really quick. Yeah, I don't think they like say exactly what they are, but I love their design. Almost like zombie-esque. Yeah, like a zombie. It's got like sewer colors. I don't know, I'm digging it. So anyway, there's Sinuki. Go check him out, guys. The poop knife. Oh my god. Not the poop knife, bro. Of course, also, guys, coming up, we do have an anime in New York City. Anime NYC. We have tickets dropping actually 3 days ago for the Otherworld Parade. We've talked about this particular event going on. This looks absolutely fucking massive, dude. I mean, look at all of these talents going to be part of that from First Stage Production. Yeah, I guess that link doesn't work anymore, but that's fine. So yeah, this is what's going on with First Stage Production, and of course, Anime NYC. Yeah, crazy lineup. I mean, absolutely wild. Is anybody here going to V-Expo? Sure, some of you are. Well, over at V-Expo, guys, special announcement over from their end. Tickets for HoloLive's English 4th concert, Serendipity, are now available. That's right, Serendipity will be appearing at the Expo. This is a huge add-on to the event that we really weren't expecting, so this is amazing, guys. If you want to go see a really nice, amazing quality HoloLive concert that originally was, came to the States, well, now it's over at the Expo, you can go buy tickets. I would highly encourage it, guys. I heard the concert and the clips that I saw were incredible. So a few more things I want you to write down for me, guys. Coming up for debuts, we have the very lovely Cully. Cully actually debuting her brand new outfit coming up August 7th at 6 p.m. BST. New outfit, new emotes, new chat mascot, new backdrop and assets. The whole 9 yards, guys. Take a look here. Very cute. Oh my god, the chat mascot. Hell yeah. Hey, what's up, Brandon? How are you? Thank you so much. Bro, the loop on that was so perfect. I didn't even realize it was playing again. Yeah, the loop on that was great. So, congratulations to you, Cully. We'll be looking forward to that coming up very soon. Also, as well, guys, take a look here at Insignia. Insignia actually recently welcomed Dubstep. We were talking about Dubstep not too long ago, but they are now part of Insignia, made up of all these other VTubers, which we've talked about before. Dubstep going on to talk about this a little bit themselves. And again, here's themselves individually. I like their little bat. That's awesome. Dubstep goes on to talk about this. I'm very short words, but of course this says, I've joined Insignia. Excited to see what's ahead for us. Haven't seen Insignia. What's up, Brandon? How are you? Of course, this is a VTuber project aiming to deliver next-gen virtual entertainment. I kind of like this group. I really like the wolf guy. Like that might be my favorite one. Yeah, their designs are really cool. So go check them out, guys. I know we talked about when they debuted. But definitely a nice pickup there for Dubstep. In other news as well, guys, Stellarverse Pro actually announcing that Eva, OFFKAI, and Chio Chompy will be joining SVP as part of a new generation called Respawn. And this debut will be on August 8th. Chio Chompy actually part of SVP. Very cool, guys. So let's take a look. Why did it play that?
Yeah.
I didn't want womp
We've been
womp.
going for a while now.
I didn't want womp womp.
Hey guys, do you see that over there? Is that the patch file I've been looking for?
Whoa, look! Huh.
I love her
That-
design so much.
think it's
I love
edible?
Chio Chompy's
I
design.
don't think
It's
that's
so
food,
cute.
Pico.
Yeah, it's actually so cute.
in here. Ooh, those are pretty cool, don't you think?
Oh hey, it's my old friend Mr. Console. For legal purposes, I cannot tell you which iconic cartoon character it might resemble.
That's funny.
Hold on, guys.
Oh, Mr.
We don't know where
Console!
these
For legal
came
purposes,
from.
I cannot
What
tell
if
you
it's
exactly
some
what it
kind of
resembles.
cat?
Oh,
bet it looks super cool wearing a crown like that, huh? Like a king. King is a dinosaur.
oh yes, Video Adult, my favorite.
Schmap.
Game Boy, never heard of it, but Video
Adult,
Adult, absolutely.
Here.
My cybersecurity
I love
instincts
that.
are kicking in. Fine. I guess I'm not tech support anymore, so what's it matter if I also become the end user? Wait for me! I have to load this patch update!
What?
Ah!
I think they just died. Very cute.
Looks like this dinosaur has leveled up. King rank boss battle Chio Chompy. Cross me and I'm taking you out.
Yeah, Chio's so cute.
Hey yo! Did you miss me? Peekaboo's back and totally ready to survive and maybe steal some kneecaps. Because no matter what, I am your
Yes,
super
exactly,
cool ghostly
Sigma.
raccoon after
Exactly.
all. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm a big Chio Chompy fan, I'm not gonna lie. But I agree with you. It's nice to see him bounce back. If you know, you know. Let's go, guitarist, yes!
Let's show them what we can really do! It's your one and only Ivana Nova here to rock and roll.
You love to see it, chat. You love to see the fellow guitarists. So this is Respawn, chat. Brand new group made up of some talent you might know. Certainly go check out their debut on August 8th. Very, very cool. Of course, also, guys, we have some other debuts to talk about. And we have Anya. This is actually, Anya Acheron. Chiron's favorite little assistant. No relation, though. We'll be there for my debut coming up August 1st at 4 p.m. PST. Let's take a look here at their trailer. Yeah, Chio was so tiny. I love them. I like the 3D angles on this trailer. Yeah, it's really nice.
Ahoy! I'm Anya Hidakara's favorite little assistant. No relation though.
Yeah, you know, it kind of gives you like Skullgirl vibes, you know, Savage? Very, very cool. So get ready for them. And then finally, chat, one more debut I want to talk about. So what's coming up here with Kari. Kari actually debuting her brand new stuff in 3D. She said, you thought you were safe when I was 2D? Well, that wasn't even my final form. I want you to come July 31st. You want me to come? I mean, if you insist. July 31st, birthday and partner anniversary. It's going down, guys. 8 p.m. BST. Take a look here. I mean, if you insist, I won't say no. I mean, yeah, if you missed it too, Kari showed this model up early, at tea time. I love that. Yeah, looks great. Yeah, Kari showed a little bit of this earlier at the last tea time. So if you missed it, but I can see the full body track and everything like that. Very, very cool. Very excited for her. She's awesome. So guys, let's go take a look here at some corpo news. And then after we dive into that, we will go ahead and get into some of our big stories. First up, guys, is what's going on with Ninja Sanji. Ninja Sanji actually canceling a larger collab here we had with Amano. And also lately there's a feeling that some lively stream is coming up. The doctor with deep ties to Amano Foods and that person who's connected somehow. However, unfortunately, taking a look here is regarding the streaming event we previously announced, we decided to cancel it due to various circumstances. We're truly sorry for not meeting the expectation. Everybody who is eagerly looking forward to it. So I can't even tell you what happened with this one. Yeah, I can't even tell you what happened with this one. Obviously, this was some Ninja Sanji any color related event. But yeah, it's done so, guys. So don't be looking forward to that one. Yeah, I thank you, by the way, mods. Appreciate you. In other news, let's talk about a little bit of HoloLive news. If you guys missed it, HoloLive Dreams is here. Actually launched now. My favorite thing, Walk, is that I love when people, like, it's really funny to me. When people show up and, like, complain about other streamers when we're just, like, doing our stuff, it's like, is your life that miserable that you have to show up in somebody else's chat just to complain or, like, bitch? Like, bro, you can take that energy and put it into something, like, positive, you know? Like, is this really what you want to do with your life, is show up in somebody else's chat and just, like, blah, 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 blah. First time message, by the way. Yeah, first time message, by the way. Yo, what's up, Never? How are you? Oh, their first message got denied. Oh, probably because it added me, right? In other news here, HoloLive Dreams are going on to say it is now available. If you haven't played this, guys, it is amazing. It is super duper cute. Go check it out. Just releasing back on the 22nd. But all the chibi versions of your favorite HoloLive members. From what I've seen, Gura is in it as well. She's not playable, but Gura is inside of the game. So if you're a Gura fan, well, there you go. In other news as well, guys, Narissa, aka Narizzler, just released her brand new English cover of Bad Apple, guys. Let's go take a look at it. Yeah, I mean, we gotta watch this, right? At least watch a little bit of it. You know what's crazy? I could actually, like, do this. Not the singing, but I could do the rest of it. I mean, I could definitely do the silhouettes and stuff, but yeah, apparently this is the English version, so that's really cool. Bro, yeah, Narizzler just coming out of nowhere on this one, you know? Oh yeah, like a little bit of a longer intro here too. I mean, you have so many people in here. You got Mori, you got Narizzler, you got Crony. I mean, everybody is in here. Yeah, how many Holo members can you put in this freaking music video? Very cool. I wanted to share that with you as well. Of course, also, guys, we have a new anime that's coming out. Why am I talking about this? Well, it's called Though I Am an Inept Villainous. Well, why are we talking about this anime, guys? I'll be honest, I have not heard anything about this anime at all, but I have seen the manga a little bit. However, guys, I want to point you specifically to one person right here. That is right, guys. Mori is now going to be a part of the English dub for the cast of Though I Am an Inept Villainous. So cool. So she goes on to add to this a little bit. Says, I'm so thrilled to announce my first ever role as Kyo in Though I Am an Inept Villainous. I'm new to this role, but I'm putting all my love into this character. Hope you watch as the story unfolds. It is a good one. I really need to look into the story of this, but very, very cool to see Mori with another big W. When I auditioned for the show, I thought there was certainly no way I'd make it, but here we are. I'm directed by one of the voice acting heroes, no less. It's been a journey, and it's not over yet. Please look forward to development Mori C's voice acting journey. Look, her voice is incredible. She would be an absolute fit for this. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, really, really good. Really, really good choice as well. Even if it's like a smaller role, I mean, that's totally fine, right? Like, getting her started somewhere, I think is great. Guys, let's go check out the brand new holograph. Heard this is one is has a lot of thigh jiggles in it. From when I saw the clips up, this one is called No Pain, No Gain. Let's take a look. Yeah, small roll over no roll. You insignificant worms into shining idols. I mean, I saw the clip already, but I didn't realize it was so soon. Boing, 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 boing. The fucking side slap. That's me during the subathon, bro. That's me during the subathon. Oh my god. That's farming. Oh god. Oh god. And they're dead. Imagine me like if you don't stop singing, you die. Use your voice. Just like wham. You know, I think I could climb the wall if I threw my crown into it, you know, just kind of like leverage myself up. That would actually be meme. How about I use my boots to climb the wall? That doesn't even make sense. They just like bounce like. Yeah, like how would that work? What's up, Shiga? How are you? That's what I'm saying, like I just bounce like. They're just casually drowning. That's crazy. Even the storks that delivered you are disappointed and depressed. That's my new favorite insult. Wow, Kinra. Even the storks that delivered you are disappointed and depressed. I love that. Damn, bro. Got him. Oh, we're dead. Oh, everybody's dead. Yep. It's like a Dragon Ball Z explosion. I love these, bro. Don't worry, I'm always a disappointment to everybody. That's not true. Bro, I love these holograms so much. The shorts are just like, oh my god, they always tickle me. And the fan service on them is getting like crazier and crazier, you know? So, anyway, guys, let's go take a look here at a recent post made by Cover Corp regarding the status of responses to infringement acts upon our company on affiliated talents. Well, what exactly are they talking about here, chat? Well, it looks like somebody broke some of their rules, and because of that, they're being formally charged for that. Anyway, you know, elara, you can read this. Why not? Yeah, let's let elara do a little work. But thank you for your continuous support of Cover Corporation, Hololive, and especially our talents. Yeah, you remember when I said you don't want to fuck around and find out with Cover Corp? Well, this is another reminder of that, chat. Yeah, another reminder.
An individual, here and after referred to as the perpetrator, who committed acts of rights infringement, including defamation and slander, against the company and its affiliated talents has been identified.
You will
and a
not get away
settlement
with the
reached.
defamation and slander,
The
guys.
perpetrator posted slanderous social media posts while referring to affiliated talents by name, which unjustly damaged their social reputation and infringed upon their personal dignity. Subsequent to legal action taken by Cover in response, the court recognized that the case put forward constituted an infringement of rights, which resulted in the identification of the individual involved.
So again, whoever this perpetrator was went on to defame and slander one of their talents, and because of that, you know, a settlement was reached. So let's see, maybe it was just a slap on the wrist, guys. Maybe
Upon
it was nothing.
negotiations with the individual, a settlement was reached which included the following:
Okay.
that the individual provides a letter of apology,
I mean,
that the
that's not so
individual
bad.
pays for damages incurred, 1.5 million yen per post, that the
Never
individual
mind.
pledges to never engage in defamatory / slanderous acts that infringe upon the rights of
not
Cover
the
Corp and its
1.5
affiliated
million yen,
talents,
bro.
that the individual is obligated to pay penalties for breach
Oh,
of
God.
contract in the event that they infringe
Oh,
upon the
God. Yeah,
aforementioned pledges.
Let me point this out, guys. 1.5 million yen per post. Per post. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. You are actually cooked. You are actually so cooked. Oh my God, dude. Look, I told you guys, you cannot fuck around with Cover Corp. You defame their talents, you will find
The
out.
posts in question
You will
included
find out.
defamatory statements regarding a talent
Yeah,
who
per
was absent
post.
from a certain event,
I
asserting
wonder how
that
many
they were
posts it
lying
was.
about their absence, despite there being a legitimate reason.
Right.
Furthermore,
I got
they
you.
were spreading baseless and obscene speculation regarding the talent's private life, relationships with the opposite sex, while also persistently
9,000
abusing and
USD per
insulting them
post.
based on such speculation. Ultimately, these extremely malicious posts significantly interfered with the activities of the talent in question.
I mean, if it definitely interfered with what they're doing, it's causing harm to the talent, and ultimately, you know, Cover Corp, they're not going to be happy about this at all, right? Like, I need Flork to learn this. Why does Flork need to learn it? Imagine Flork, like, just, like, handing out the fucking, like, 1.5 million, like, damages incurred bill. Like, oh my God. They're like, oh yes, you negatively mentioned Ventraya one time, bam, get wrecked. But of course, these reasons are pretty rough, right? I mean, baseless, and obscene speculation, talking about their personal life, persistently abusing and insulting them. I mean, that's obviously problematic. I don't think we need to really like get the specifics of that. We already know that these are bad things, right? Malicious posting, etc., etc. Obviously, this person went on to do some pretty fucked up stuff. They fucked around, and they found out, guys.
Such baseless slander may fall under defamation or character assassination, while spreading information, including unfounded speculation, about the talent's private life may constitute an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, you heard Adfried's feeling.
Once again,
Feel the pure
we
hatred
strongly
of the
ask that
sun.
when posting on social media or similar platforms, including in chat and comment sections during streams,
Yeah, feel
you
the
express
legal
opinions
wrath of
and share
Better Call
information in
Saul.
a sensible and responsible manner. Cover will continue to take legal action against infringing conduct in order to maintain an environment where our affiliated talents can feel safe and focus on their activities.
I mean, again, it's ultimately
The
costing them
next
money,
update
right?
on measures taken to combat infringements of rights is planned for October 2026.
So there is something coming up in October, but what I will say about this that's most important is that if it's affecting their revenue, right, through the talents, then they're going to take action. They're not going to fuck around with this stuff, guys. They're really not going to allow these things to happen, you know? So Chris, the Hollow Pro simp, goes on to say, imagine paying 1.5 million yen per post because you can't stop being a schizo online. But seeing what Cover listed, I'm surprised that they aren't in jail, though I guess making schizo posts doesn't grant jail time, which maybe it doesn't, but ultimately I think the point of this is that it genuinely costs them tons of money. You cannot get away with defaming their talents, dude. They are not going to let this pass, so... moral of the story, guys, don't fuck around, don't find out when it comes to Cover Corp. 1.5 million per post. Insane. In other news, guys, HTC just launched a new show. If you don't know HTC, they're basically like a television thing over in Japan. Well, they actually just started launching the virtual idol audition show, V-Pop Asia. Popular Japanese VTuber K-san will be part of this. Plus, popular Taiwanese host Lulu takes on her first challenge as well. I'll show you the trailer from it. It's kind of interesting, but yes, there's a virtual idol, show coming to TV overseas. I think it's really cool. Take a look. K-san will be part of it as well.
Welcome to V-Pop Asia. Aussie 直销
From the start 为进步，这气势控制的非常好，真的有游刃有余。
很多细节，
It's almost like American Idol, but
意犹未尽
like,
最狂战。
you know what I mean? Like VTubers.
最终在真实的世界赢得胜利。
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like American Idol, but VTubers. So I think that's actually really cool. Of course, K-san goes on to add to this, saying that she's very excited to help energize the Taiwan virtual scene even more than it already is. I'll be humbly lending a hand to support K-san boss too. Look forward to working with you all. So get excited for this, guys. I'll definitely be trying to report on this as much as I can, because again, VTubing on like big television is obviously a really, really big deal. So very cool. Yeah, we got VTubers Got Talents with the golden buzzer, right? In other news, guys, we're going to talk about a very heavy allegation here. So I want to talk about this. This is Akemi, guys. Akemi is the owner of Nekamachi Studios, and also formerly part of this VTuber group named Grabch. I don't know how to Graft. Yeah, Graft. Hopefully I said it right. Anyway, they're formerly part of this group. However, guys, I need to read this to you. I want to make sure you guys understand. A lot of the information is kind of obscured, but from what I can find, the allegations are, again, take it with a grain of salt. These are allegations. Apparently, this VTuber was found to have sexually assaulted somebody back in 2016. So, Kimi goes on to say, thank you so much, everybody, for your continued support up into this date. First and foremost, I would like to sincerely apologize to the third party who wishes to remain anonymous, as well as the Aki homies, both of these groups and everybody in this community. I realize I do not deserve to be on the same team as the people I work with. I came from a troubled past and have never been a perfect person. I made many mistakes throughout my life, and I take accountability for my actions, especially for what happened in 2016. I will not be sharing any details regarding what happened out of respect for the victim, who does not wish for the details to be disclosed and wishes to remain anonymous. I now want to pretend that it never happened. My ignorance and lack of understanding at the time caused a lot of trouble. I would like to publicly apologize for everything mentioned above. We discussed this matter thoroughly among the people involved with the third party present to help us reach a fair understanding. All I can do now is make sure I do not repeat the same mistakes. I continue to become a better person in every aspect of my life. I'll also be taking a definite break to reflect on my actions and take responsibility for my mistakes. So, again, it sounds like this was like an older thing that had come back up. I mean, I'll tell you why it came back up here in just a moment. But, of course, I guess Gravity, you might be right on that, Gravity. The group says, Dear Invent and everybody, we would like to announce the departure of Akemi from Gravity, effective immediately upon the written date in a statement. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, leader, but nonetheless, it's, I think a lot of people are going to wonder why. So this is why it came out, right? And I'll show you why it actually ended up becoming a big thing. Anyway, we fully understand that this news may come as a shock. After days of extensive internal discussion and external coordination, we made a final decision to part ways, as it became clear that our values are not and have never aligned. As a result, we will not be continuing our activities with Akemi moving forward. We are aware that many of you have questions regarding this decision. However, we are unable to provide further details at this time, as involves a third party who requested it not be discussed publicly at this stage. And we ask for your understanding and respect for the privacy of everyone involved. I definitely think the victim is the main person in this, right? That we need to honor their wishes. If they want this to be public, it should be public. If they don't, it should not. So always respect that. I'll keep an eye on this, of course, if they change their mind, but for now, it is being kept you know, at least the raw details private, right? We have to understand that Gravity has never supported and will never condone what Akimi did, even in his past. Moving forward, Gravity will continue its activities as a trio consisting of Avi, Damon, Reinhard. We sincerely appreciate your continued support and patience as we move to take extra care of the past and ongoing projects involving Akimi. I'm moving to this next chapter with just the three of us. We apologize for any damage and disappointment this has caused, and we thank you deeply for your understanding. So why did this happen, guys? Well, it looks like Dame actually made a statement about what was going on, so they shared their perspective and their statement on Akimi's departure and why this ultimately was brought up. I want to sip of my drink, but basically, this kind of happened because more recent things going on within the VTuber scene that we talked about last week. So, hi everybody. First of all, please note I'm really sorry. Or I'm sorry, really want to share more information with you regarding this matter. Hope you can understand it's not my story to tell. Hope you can respect the victims involved. I wish to remain anonymous and do not want to share any more details at this time of writing. Since last week, we've been doing a more in-depth read background on myself and the people around me, especially Gravity. And of course, if you remember, chat, Sota, not Soda, Sota, the blue-haired VTuber that we talked about last week, they were actually outed for inappropriate conversation with a minor. They did say that they did not know their age and things like that, but ultimately they went on a definite hiatus. Caused a big ruckus, right? Well, because of this, the members of Gravity decided to kind of do some background checks, look at each other, etc. And because of Sota's big case last week, it was a wake-up call that no one is truly safe. And it made, of course, the OP here, which is Dame, very anxious about the people he associated with. One thing that immediately came to mind when I heard the news about Sota, besides the well-being of the victims and justice for the perpetrator, of course, was invent the people who supported Gravity for a long time and have placed great hope in us. I didn't want to disappoint Gravity by endorsing someone who didn't align with my values. Then after conducting various investigations over the past few days, pressuring each member to be open about everything in their past and present, and communicating with many parties outside of Gravity, we come to the conclusion that Akimi is not worthy of being part of Gravity. I mean, if this essay is true, of course, which it does seem like it is true, obviously I would completely agree with their decision on that. Absolutely. Never was and never will. I agree. Sexual assault is unacceptable if it is true, right? We made this decision on July 19th, and we chose to announce it on July 23rd with the consent of the victims involved. Of course, we would love to announce it immediately, but we are faced with many sensitive behind-the-scenes matters we had to address and confirm before we can make this public. Definitely makes sense. I'd like to apologize to all the invents I've disappointed due to my negligence in conducting a more thorough background check before accepting Akimi's offer to join Gravity. Honestly, I personally conducted background checks numerous times on various occasions, even during Gravity's journey in the past year, and during my own journey in the past 5 years. Although Akimi claimed that the incident occurred 10 years ago, before they became Akimi, this slipping under my radar is not a fact I can easily swallow. I agree. I mean, Dean, we just don't know, right? Yeah, we just don't know. As I said in my streams last Monday and through my various posts on Twitter, even people who have so much less to lose, with no matter how big a reputation, even those who've already had a life partner, are still not free from behavior in the past, present, and future that can destroy other people's lives and their own reputation. Right. Yeah, it's definitely a bad look, right? Absolutely. I hope you know that I've always been very vocal about my sensitive issues, including this one. I always stand firm in my convictions, regardless of my beliefs, even though I've always considered them a friend. I strongly condemn Akimi's actions. I never agreed with, let alone support, anything they did. For the past few days, I've been and will continue to be by the victim's side. I ask you refrain from putting any pressure on the victim at any time, and please refrain from seeking their identity in any way, shape, or form. Hope you can respect their decision at this time. Lastly, my message to all the invents I've disappointed. I hope you won't blame yourselves for ever trusting Akimi and or Gravity. Hope you know that trusting them wasn't your fault. allow Evie, Reiner, and I to continue improving as a Gravity Trio to create a safer place for you. I'll be more active in reminding, criticizing, and ensuring that between the three of us, an incident like this will never, ever happen again. I think this is more one of those things where somebody came on, they found out this very damning information, and ultimately want to separate from them. Causes a lot of scars, causes a lot of harm, right? If you found out that, you know, somebody you worked with did something very, very serious like this as well, I think obviously it would really change your perspective who this person is, why you might not want to associate with them. I mean, guys, I've had plenty of situations where I've interacted with somebody, new information comes up, and I disassociate myself with them because I obviously don't agree with what they've done based on new information, right? So, and I think that's exactly what this case is, you know? Right, yeah, of course. Like, something obviously like this is just completely inexcusable, right? Indefensible. But that is what's going on with Gravity, guys. What do you think about this situation? I'll take a sip of my monster. Yeah, I mean, with anything, right? If you get new information, you should be changing your perception and perspective all the time, right? Having new information is good. I really don't I see this a lot on social media where people will be told new information and they're just like, well, yeah, but that doesn't change my mind. Like, well, guys, new information is meant to change your mind, or it's meant for you to adjust your current mindset about stuff, right? So it's okay to get new information and change your mind. Let's not treat that as a bad thing, right? If anything, that's actually a good thing. Right, I mean, and of course, it's going to be very messy. Obviously, involving SA is a very messy thing by itself, but new information, it's okay to adjust how you feel about stuff, guys. That's totally okay. So, everybody, I do want to talk about one of our big stories for today, and that's actually going to be OFFKAI, guys. I want to talk about OFFKAI here for just a moment. Well, really not just for a moment. So I'm going to start with the good, guys. I'm going to give you the nice little Oreo of all the good stuff. But before I talk about specifically OFFKAI, I want to mention something that was very adjacent to OFFKAI, very close actually, and that is Legends Anew. Legends Anew, of course, was a big content event going on with Densitsu.exe. Mint says, good morning, Mintos. I just want to write lots about Legends Anew, but OFFKAI is still very busy. They might have to wait until the weekend is over, which of course is totally fine, right? OFFKAI is a priority. On top of it as well, Phoebe Changa goes on to say, Legends Anew was a dream come true. But as we said during the concert, just the start of even longer, more epic story. Thank you for being part of that story last night. And always, Phoebe looking so cute and kawaii, as always. We're checking in here with the last member, Vicky. Victoria says, gonna post cohesive thoughts later but I'm still in busy mode. But I love the Dinshi, I love Densitsu, I love my friends, and I love this special place. I can now go home. And here, of course, is the beautiful concert setup. But even more surprising, guys, was this random lady showed up. Might have heard of her. Her name's Demon Dice. Demon Dice decided to show up for the Densitsu concert. Everybody, of course, losing their fucking minds because of that. If you don't know who Demon Dice is, let's just say that let's just say there's a certain HoloLive member that you know, has been doing some reaping that you might know of that might really know Demon Dice very, very well. It's almost like they're the exact same person or something. But anyway, very cool to see this happen. Everybody's like, oh my god, no fucking way, that's so cool. Very, very nice little surprise in there. Yeah, I heard she's a big fan of you know, like mythology and stuff like that. Yeah, no big deal though. No big deal. In other news, guys, I do want to talk about OFFKAI. And we're going to talk about the good, we're going to talk about the bad. But I do want to start off with something pretty iconic. So here we have Pinguini going to OFFKAI this year, right? Well, you know, everybody's got to book a flight. You know, they got to, you know, hop on a train or drive there or whatever. Well, unfortunately, guys, Pinguini, I guess, booked the wrong airport. And they flew into one Santa Maria International Airport. Of course, man says, how? You know, Amishi says, Adano says, bit, how did you pull Home Alone 2? Siren says, no way. Wildfly says, oh no. Like, how do you actually do that? That's crazy. Just literally just, oh, wrong airport. Like, where are you, bro? Where are you? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you would mistake the two, but oh my gosh. So luckily, from what I did read, I believe they did book a separate ticket, so they were able to make it. But oh my god, how do you do that for the second time? For the second time, wild mistake. But everybody that did make an OFFKAI course seems to be having a great time. VTuber Jesse, aka the guy that doesn't think he's a VTuber, but he definitely is. Going up to show his Oshi's off on his new shirt. Looking nice. You might recognize some of those people. One really cringy elf lady on there. Of course, a Wild Spice, of course, making an appearance at the Mosu Box booth. Here's Wild Spice. Very cool to see them. Love the art in the background, too. Of course, also one of our chat members here from the R Army, Ricardo, actually meeting up with Odin from Mythos as well, of course, in his cosplay. Very cool. And then some weird fucking elf lady had a meet and greet. And that is right, guys. I got to meet Irene yesterday. She said to Laura, so lovely to see you doing your virtual. You literally are so amazing. So nice to meet her as well. She was first, guys. She was first there. She was like ready to fucking go. It was so awesome. So very, very sweet. He's so kind. And it was so lovely to meet you as well, sweetheart. I hope you watch this. Of course, also, Cottontail did end up performing as well with a little bit of a clip that says, here's Cottontail being so cool for so long. She destroyed her set. Let's take a look. This was at, obviously, Oshi Bar, right? Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, looking pretty packed up in there, dude. Yeah, so we got the light sticks going, bro. We're cooking. Of course, Cotton killing it as always, which is great to see. But a very wholesome moment here between Cotton and, of course, Heavenly Father, guys. Heavenly Father actually walking up on... Wait, where'd my link go? Here it is. Sorry, I was like, what the fuck? Clicked on the wrong link. Of course, Heavenly Father walking up mid-concert to see Cotton. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I love that. It's the boy himself. So, Heavenly Father, of course, meeting up with Cottontail mid-performance. You'll love to see that. Of course, also, guys, Silver Veil there, taking pictures with Spaghetti Lee. That's a name. I think it's quite as cool as getting to meet your Oshi, Silver Veil. So there's Silver Veil in person. Always awesome. I'm so glad she's out and about and, like, doing stuff. It's great to see. Aruna and Obi Katie Cat also working it down at Oshi Bar. Emo Shy Guy says, I had to leave early due to heat exhaustion, but Aruna and Obi Katie Cat killed it, and I was going berserk with the moshing. So I'll take a look here. Very, very awesome. So, of course, Aruna and Obi Katie Cat knocking it out of the park as always. Snuffy actually going on to do something kind of unorthodox. I thought this was hilarious. Snuffy said, I hired a wizard to pose as me at OFFKAI. you think it's fake, but watch this.
The magical stairs. We need to make it to the magical stairs of elevation. Rise. I command the universe to rise me.
Oh my god.
Cute. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
This is
Snuffy the
great.
wizard. You may take Snuffy home with you.
I can't believe she actually did this. I love it.
Take it, Grant. Winds of the west, east, north, and south. Smite this person.
Oh my god!
Winds of the West, smack him. I love that. Very snuffy coated. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Deception. I'm like, honestly, I heard this. I'm like, yeah, you know, that makes sense. That makes sense. Guys, this will not be my only reporting, of course, of OFFKAI. I will be reporting on a lot more of this. This is just kind of Friday and Saturday, but of course, I'm kind of scrolling through here. Ayo. Of course, I kind of look at OFFKAI. Eros here with, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Sorry, I just lost all chain of thought for some reason. Hero's looking very nice at the con. You know, we have big Pippa as well, tackling the cardboard cutouts over at OFFKAI. We love that. Here, of course, is the Wild Card, you know, club with their standees as well. Here is Anarchy doing their stuff at OFFKAI as well. So there's so much to see, guys. I mean, there's so many pictures. I don't think that... Here's Miss Lala at her booth. I mean, there's so much, guys. I will definitely do another report on this on Wednesday, just to kind of show you even more. But Lala, iconic as always. Love her so much. Yeah, she had like a whole like little setup with her diner. Super duper cute. Yeah, super duper cute. So there is Miss Lala looking iconic as always. Here's Petra, of course, with her Rat Order cosplay. Again, so many pictures. Aries on her way to OFFKAI. Valley right here, of course, in her day one fit. Deja Vu was there as well. I mean, guys, the pictures are literally endless. There's Pink Dude as well. Very, very cool. I have some more pictures to show you all, but I need, I'm going to get approval first before I show them to you, but I have some more. Of course, take a look here at OFFKAI itself. You know, they're showing off the lockers for the Wildcard Club. I think that's cool. I think we saw something kind of similar at a HoloLive event. I mean, the event's been cooking. You can see here, right? I mean, look at the dance party, the concerts. Everything just looks like it's so much fun. I've heard, when I did my meet and greet, I will tell you guys, I actually heard that this OFFKAI was really awesome. Everybody kept talking about how well the event was organized, how well everything was spread out this year. Everybody kept talking about, it seemed like there were almost double the amount of people, but double the amount of room. So it seems like OFFKAI has heard a lot of the feedback from before and really made some fantastic changes to their overall con, which is great to see. I mean, I know OFFKAI has had some scrutiny in the past about running concerts effectively, some of the choices in like people, you know, coming to the con, etc., right? But I feel like they're really getting it, right? They really seem to be getting on the nose. Everything is looking great. Execution looks wonderful. It's all looking good. And to kind of cap off the, I mean, they're not perfect, right? Of course, which we're going to talk about, but and to kind of cap it off as well, HR Chan actually ended up getting proposed to. Oh my God. Congratulations, HR Chan. That is awesome. He says, 1 year ago, we met at Oshi Bar and we fell in love on the rooftop that night. A year later at the Oshi Bar stage, he asked me to love him for the rest of our lives. And I said yes. So congratulations, HR Chan. That is absolutely beautiful. You love to see it. Yeah, exactly. It was a year ago too. So love that so much. So congratulations to them, big time. So now, guys, we talked about the good, right? We talked about all the good stuff. Yippee! OFFKAI cooking. You know, my meet and greet was awesome. I had a wonderful time. Now we're gonna talk about the bad parts of OFFKAI. So I will say, guys, this isn't a lot, but we are going to be focusing a lot about the nsly thing going on right now. So first up, this is unfortunate. I wouldn't say this is like bad, it's just unfortunate, but if you guys don't know, back on the 21st, Tomo said that they have been suffering from severe migraines. They got new medication and are going to be taking a week off, but they would still be doing their meet and greet and panel for OFFKAI. Well, unfortunately, guys, I think the horse was having some big migraines because the Army training camp panel was canceled, and they were unable to reschedule her meet and greet. However, guys, Tomo was able to pull a little bit of magic. There was a little bit light at the end of the tunnel. She said, I have some good news to share. This is actually yesterday, late in the night. But Kyle was kind enough to agree to set up a meet and greet in my booth. So I'll be doing it there tomorrow from 10 a.m. to, 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Additionally, Centuria and Michi were very kindly let me join their panel 3. So I will be there as well. Oh God, sorry, I like burped and talked at the same time. So Tomo will be part of OFFKAI. Huge W to Sin as always in saving the day. So if you want to see Tomo, there is still the opportunity. That's awesome. However, guys, unfortunately, Irium running into big issues. And it's like not their fault. Sadly, guys, due to them moving stuff across seas, that issues. So updated about an OFFKAI booth. Actually, you know, I'm gonna let elara read this so I can take a sip of my drink. But yeah, guys, basically U.S. customs issues.
A shipment we sent from Japan, including the pin gacha pins and the prize Tenogui, is currently held at U.S. Customs due to new import rules and stricter enforcement that took
We're
effect
dealing with
this
that with
July.
our plushies, by the way.
It will likely not arrive in time for the event. The important part first,
Oh, sorry,
the
thank you for the
Janken
catch, Sard.
tournament,
Yeah, my
a
bad.
huge screen, the Irium cruise, the roaming ambassadors, the happy, the ice cream social, and the venue banners, signage, and flyers are all happening as planned.
So basically, chat, this whole beautiful setup that they wanted was, well, yeah, it is pretty much scrapped. I mean, they were trying to pull together what they
The
could,
pin
but
gacha most likely
yeah,
cannot
just
run
wasn't
at the
there, and
venue,
that sucks.
at least
Out
at
of
the
their
start.
control.
To the streamers whose pins were made through the March gift ranking, and to everyone hoping to pull their Oshi's pin, we are truly sorry. We are working out the best way to get these pins where they belong. The whole Irium team, in Japan, and the US, is rebuilding what we can locally and working with customs until the last minute. Full details and the latest status are always here.
So in chat, very unfortunate for Irium. I'm really sad to hear that. I will tell you, for TrueTuber even, we are dealing with some of these new things being implemented and dealing with them as well. So I feel really bad for them. It just sucks, guys. It sucks. Of course, on top of this, guys, Air's actually having some issues at their concert. Before I dive into this, guys, I'll actually tell you, somebody I was meet and greeting with was telling me about the issues Air's was having. They were saying that the concert, some of the models were like literally like they were like T-posing and like floating off the ground and messing up. But other than that, of course, they did enjoy the event. But Air's actually ran an event called Neon Matsuri, and sadly, guys, it did not go well. Neon Matsuri did not go as planned today, and we want to take accountability for where we as a company fell short.
A network switch issue prevented us from completing our planned rehearsal, but ultimately, Airs took on a production of the scale with a team that was too small and carrying too many responsibilities at once.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
We should have brought in more production support sooner, and our talents, partners, and everyone who came to watch deserved a smoother experience.
I mean, sometimes some things are out of your control, right? I mean, it just goes that way, but nonetheless, it does still suck.
We are
I get where they're
incredibly
coming from,
proud
right?
of all of our talents, and Miss Lala, who continued to give their all despite the circumstances, and we are grateful to everyone who stayed, supported them, and showed us patience. We will be bringing in Werado
Yeah, I mean,
and
there's
vtuber
always
to
stuff.
assess
It's
what
a
happened,
VTuber event, right?
strengthen the production, and ensure that the next version, the remastered version, of Neon Matsuri reflects the experience we originally intended to create. Please know that this production was not to their fault. We are sorry that today's show did not meet the standard we set for ourselves. We will learn from this, make the necessary changes, and do better.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, guys. I do always appreciate Ears as far as like taking accountability with things like that. Obviously, not everything is within their control, but I do feel like just making a statement, like, hating the way we wanted either, I think was nice. Of course, Atira says, I think the lesson here is Wadado should never sponsor a concert again, unless we're the ones actually producing it. Why am I spending 10K out of pocket? As a way to get back to the community only for whatever happened tonight at OFFKAI to happen. So, I think the thing is, right, like, when it comes to Wadado, when it comes to 3D concerts, etc., there's a lot going on, right? Production is very difficult. If it doesn't go the way you want it to, obviously that's a problem as well. But I do think that ultimately, Ears taking responsibility is very, very nice. That's always appreciated, and I'm really wishing them the best in the future, all their talents. You guys know I love Neka Mickey. Neka Mickey's been a long-time friend. Lala, of course, partnering them. So we really do wish the best for them, guys. I hope it works out. I mean, like, I have scuff all the time with 3D. It's just kind of the nature of the beast at this point, you know, guys? Like, I think out of all things in the world with VTubing, 3D is the most scuff, you know? Only way for a concert like this to not go wrong is either to pre-record and edit it or to run it like a freaking military drill, right? And I don't know if they were doing something pre-recorded. I'm gonna be honest, I would never do a concert without pre-recording it. That's at least my thoughts about it, right? Yeah, I'm gonna kill some tabs. So, before we dive into this, chat, I want to remind all of you that, you know, it's okay to have a different opinion. It's okay to share your opinion here. This is a safe place to do that. But again, let's not be harassing or attacking anybody. But guys, I do want to talk about the one part of OFFKAI that is, I'm drawing a lot of scrutiny. And I drew a lot of scrutiny a couple weeks ago when we talked about it. And originally I said, well, this is how I feel about it. Yada, yada, yada. But we're going to talk about the Fansly booth being OFFKAI, guys. So let's go take a look at what's going on with that. So here is the Fansly booth at OFFKAI. Here it is, guys. So when you look at this booth, right, there is no explicit content showing. The booth is very tall, and everything explicit is hidden, right? Well, that was my big want, I guess, when I last talked about this. I said this was what I expected, right? Everything that was explicit is covered, right? It says 18 plus only. You know, here's find your Oshi, etc., right? So, there is a but. But before we continue and I get to the but, looking at this, this setup, I think this looks fine, right? But here is what everybody is talking about. This QR code right here. People are very upset about this QR code, chat. So, when you go on this QR code, I will show you in just a moment. It brings up a page, and this page says something to the effect of you must be, 18 plus. Look at this content, right? I use a VPN, so I use a VPN, and I also use without a VPN here in Texas. Again, there is a pop-up. It says, yeah, you know, adult content, blah blah blah. Press the enter button to continue, right? Right, they went a safe route on this. So, this is the big debate, guys, the QR code. So what does the QR code actually show? Well, let me show you what it shows. So people are coming in that the link is no big deal. This is what anybody who scans a QR is being exposed to with no account required. So, now what I will tell you, you do not need an account, but it will pull this up right here. Some stuff is blurred out, etc., etc. However, this does not mention the window that you have to click on that says I'm 18 plus, I'm acknowledging it's all content, blah, 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 right? So, but anyway, let me show you the content that is on this page. If you accept that that you are 18 or an adult, right? And actually, guys, I would even encourage you, if you would like to right now, to just... Actually, I don't think I can legally do that. That may be a problem if I actually encourage you to go to that website while live on stream. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Now that I think about that, that's probably a bad idea. Yeah. But I can assure you, having clicked on it myself with a VPN and with a VPN and without a VPN, it is okay. I will at least tell you that when you get there, there is that pop-up that says, you know, you gotta be an adult, 18 plus, hit enter to continue. Which I think is a very important part. Yeah, don't do your own research right now, guys. Just do that outside of stream. But anyway, let me show you what is on this stuff here. Again, this is not being logged in, okay?
Orgasm. But don't say that edging is necessarily healthy or unhealthy. Edging can increase the intensity of the eventual orgasm.
Yeah, okay,
so I think you get the idea, right, guys? obviously, you get the idea, right? That might be the most explicit thing you should on stream. Probably so. Probably so. So what I'm going to point out to you, again, I want to make sure this is very, 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 very... I guess we're going to rip and tear first, right? Yeah, I was gonna say, relax, Twitch staff. It's educational. It's news, bro. It's news. We purged the stream.
You're going to be small and stuffing forever if you keep using that stupid excuse! Shut up! I don't have to drink it if I don't wanna!
So anyway, chat, you can see what is on this QR code, right? You go in the QR code, you scan the QR code, it will take you to that stuff. However, I want to point out, you have to hit the enter button to acknowledge that you're an adult before you can see that content, okay? So anyway, this is definitely the big issue, right? And we're gonna go look at the comments because this is what everybody's super upset about, right? Rock Solid says, find your Oshi. If your Oshi is a fancy, you're in GMI. Drake says, people will defend putting a booth dedicated predominantly to pornographic content in an area where minors are allowed. The next surprise when politicians try to push digital ID, right? Fantasy saying thank you. Of course, Permanent says, fancy public booth located in main convention space. Underage walking around. QR code and links fairly scannable. Links lead to blatant content not appropriate for underage. Address it OFFKAI. Fancy is their responsibility. They do too. Banana Juju says, it's like finding Waldo, but with prostitutes and kids presents. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, Sheikah. The guy literally thinks I'm a dude still. Like, it's incredible. Banana Juju says, it's like finding Waldo, but with prostitutes and kids present. It is 18 plus. Remember our branding, scan the QR code, and don't forget about your favorite Oshi FOMO. This booth looks to be the middle of the con. For all to see with the QR code that takes you straight to the VTuber section of Fancy. Minors go to the Access Convention, and porn is front and center. OFFKAI is shit and will always be shit. So, obviously people feel very strongly about it. Let's keep reading. The fact is perfectly acceptable, letting anyone, including children, scan a QR code straight to your website that features explicit pornographic content front and center, but a single VTuber is deemed to have unacceptable views, which made staff feel unsafe, was enough to have her blacklisted from many convention panels permanently. Is very telling of OFFKAI's morals and intentions. I think talking about Fierce here, I think it's a reference. It's, oh, well, look what's in that section. Looks for a booth for selling shoes or shirts, kind of stuff in the logo shape of a heart. Must be a healthcare booth. Oh, Lord have mercy, they don't know what about to witness their childhood, likely to be traumatized or changed. Other people going on to see minors will be allowed at the convention you're promoting prawn and ruining your life by whoring yourself out for money to children. Also have a QR code in your booth that kids can easily access that link to uncensored porn on your website. Honestly, you could have done the most simplest thing and sectioned the booth up, but I guess that's too much for you, isn't? So let's talk about this, guys. Let's talk about this particular booth. And if we think this is a problem, right? I'm going to tell you what I think. I have a lot of thoughts about this, but the first thing that I want to remind all of you before we get into this is the registration rules behind OFFKAI, because I think this is important. Yeah, exactly, Splinky. So here's the registration, guys. Here's the registration. I agree with you, Shadow, but let's go look. So there's a couple different registration types, right? But most importantly is this one with children badges, right? Children under the age of 13 must be accompanied by an adult, a chaperone at all times during OFFKAI Expo. So anybody under the age of 18 has to be accompanied by an adult. The adult is, of course, walking in and consenting to whatever is at the con, right? That's important. Not permitted to leave children unattended. The chaperone must remain within close proximity of their children at all times. Each child bound will have the name of the designated chaperone listed for identification purposes. Children 13 years of age and older must register separately. So if you are older than 13, you know, you have to register separately. There's like a thing for that, right? So you have to have approval, etc., right? I was trying to remember if there's anything else I wanted to add to this. I don't think so. Yes, I think that's it, right? You can put an 18 plus section with a QR code on the booth. So let's talk about it, right? Do you feel like this is problematic? who's enforcing those rules? What rules? I mean, the venue is enforcing registration, right? This is registration, but obviously the other rules would fall to the adult, right? It would fall to the adult to enforce those. Kids should not be allowed to go to TwitchCon, especially how it's been the past few years. So here's my here's a few thoughts, right, guys? I'm gonna throw this at you, okay? That's the explicit material that's on some of those links. Obviously some of it is explicit, right? I definitely get that. It's good they shouldn't be accompanied as a stop minors from scanning and seeing their adults on the phone. Also, it's on the parents, exactly. And that's how I feel, right, leader? I feel like ultimately it's on the parents, right? I feel like the parents, if you're walking around with your kid, or you're allowing your kid to go to this unaccompanied, I feel like that is the problem in itself right there. Why are you letting a kid go to a primarily adult VTuber related event? I don't understand that. The QR code, I can understand a little bit of criticism on that one. I do genuinely get that. But I do want to talk about the societal, there's a societal norm. Genuinely, there's actually a societal norm. So think about this, right? Anime conventions worldwide regularly have artist alleys, dealer halls, and all of these have explicit things. I'm not talking porn. I'm talking explicit. Like, very, like, suggestive. Like, prints, body pillows, merch, etc. How is that any worse than some of the stuff that's on here? You know what I mean? Like, this Fansly booth isn't anything new or extreme compared to how things are already been handled in the past, right? I always feel odd about the Puritan point of view towards Fansly booth. Feels like you might be potentially set yourself up for a slippery slope of causation versus correlation, especially as you said, it really does follow the parents, right? So I would also ask as well, Fansly should have done better by including an 18 plus warning on the QR code. But that's the thing, Spindly. When you go scan this, right, it says 18 plus only, 18 plus only. When you scan on it, there's a window that pops up that says you have to hit this button to agree that you're 18 plus. I feel like yes, there is, of course, we want to protect children, absolutely. Like, let me make this very clear before I continue. We need to protect children from being exposed to things that they don't need to be exposed to. I agree with that 1,100%. You will never change my mind about that. And I think that everybody can agree to that, right? But there is something there to prevent it, right? There is something. Yes, I know it's very easy to click on. And I think that is a fair criticism, Nova. Okay, yeah, it's pretty easy to access this stuff, right? But I would also argue, how easy is it for you as, let's see, hypothetically you have a kid, right, Nova? How easily accessible would it be for your child to see adult content? This booth was in the main hall. This booth was in the main hall. No, I'm going to tell you, there are 1,000 places you could go to. 1,000 places that you could go to that will expose your kid to, sadly, to more adult-related content. I'll give you an example, right? There's a store that exists that is literally free to walk into that most of you in the U.S. have been to. And you probably walked into it at your local mall. Has anybody here ever been to Spencer's? Exactly. You can literally walk into Spencer's. There's no rules. There's no nothing. There's no protection, anything like that. And you can be exposed to adult-related suggestive stuff, right? Honestly, it
I had the same thing on a rent fair I was working. You can buy sharp medieval weapons there and they are free for anyone to see, look at and inspect. The stall I was working at, and what I have seen parents let in their kids play with them like toys, and I happened what need to happen, a kid cut off his finger and instead of the parents doing their job I was blamed.
What the fuck?
To be clear, children should not be exposed to adult material.
Absolutely.
With that aside, this is not that different from advertising during the Super Bowl with Budweiser or any other adult-like commercial.
Yeah, like exposing them to like alcohol.
Especially at the grocery store I work at, there are condoms, cigarettes, beer, lube, fireworks and such. But there is a requirement for ID. So with the QR code aside, do you think that OFFKAI want to risk losing their venue for something like this?
Of course not. Yeah, of course not.
They followed rule and regulations.
Exactly. Now, I do hear somebody say, could this go in 18 plus area? They wouldn't have to deal with that. Yeah, I mean, that probably would have been the better way, let's be honest. Like, to totally segment this so that way there was no criticism. Of course, yeah, that would have been the best way to do it, right? To completely avoid criticism. But what I do want to say is there's a lot of stuff in here that's kind of like, there are things in place to prevent it, right? I also, a little bit earlier, if you guys were here, I actually asked some people that were at OFFKAI that I met. I said, hey guys, you know what, are there children? Have you seen children? And both of them said, only a handful. Only a handful. I'm not saying that justifies it, right? Because any child getting exposed to this is wrong, right? But nonetheless, I think it's important to at least acknowledge that this is an adult con. This is not a children's con. And if a child is there, an adult has consented for their child to be there. And that's what I'm talking about. This is on the adult to decide, do their research. It's not a surprise Fansly's going to be there. It's been there advertised forever. It is on the adult to do their research and decide, is this a good place for their child to actually go and support? I mean, I'll even get real deep on this. Why are children watching most VTubers, period? If that's the case, if a child is going to go to watch to a VTuber con, the solar VTubers, why are most children watching VTubers? Because half the stuff that was, you know, on this little link here, I mean, do people freely talk about that shit on Twitch? Talking about like edging and orgasms and stuff like that. There's no anything on that. 13 plus people watch that shit on Twitch all the time. Like, obviously there's some other links in here that are a little bit more, you know what I mean? But you get my point, right? Kids should not be we're adulting out. Which, I mean, ultimately, do I think that it would? I mean, should this really be a thing where people are making sure that the kids don't show up? Maybe, I don't know. Walmart and Target are just about it, exposing young guys to adult content. Yep. To be honest, the booth was the most seasonal booth out of all the booths here, too. Right. That's what I'm saying. Is like, if you walked around that con, and by the way, chat, I did see a lot of the con, right? There was very suggestive stuff there. Very suggestive stuff. I mean, the question I'm poking at, Double, is should kids belong there in the first place, right? I don't think legally, I don't know the legality of this. I'm going to take a swing for the fences. Maybe we're not able to make this an 18 plus con without there being some kind of restrictions or licensing or something like that. I don't know. But that's kind of my guess, probably why they didn't do that.
Wanna bet this
but I think
parents
it's the
who get
parents that need to
meltdowns now are the
ultimately
same parents
do
who
their
let
job.
their kids watch Game of Thrones.
Right, exactly. Like, I love what somebody pointed out, right? Like, if you go to anywhere, Walgreens, Target, etc., there are so many magazines and other places like that that have magazines, you know, sex toys, other things like that, condoms that are just like Spencer's, or even just suggestive things. So I think, again, there is a societal norm, whether you think it's okay or not, that if you go outside, unfortunately, wherever you go, sadly, you might get exposed to something suggestive, right? I think it's just a truth that everybody needs to sadly accept. If you go outside, go to stores, go to shop, go anything you do in your life, unfortunately, you will either be
show more skin than what you just showed from that link.
Right, you will be exposed somehow to an advert or something in a store potentially that could cause that, right? Again, are you going to condemn every person showing up if they make adult content? Like, okay, I want to throw a scenario at you that I was talking about much earlier today, but I'll throw it at you guys right now. So let's imagine this, right? Scenario, right? So here is Fansly. Here's a Fansly booth, right? They got their stuff going on. They got this QR code. How is this any different from XYZ creator standing over here at their own booth and doing their own meet and greet with their own QR code that has adult-related content? Because anybody can walk up, scan that QR code, and go find, you know, Dami, Mommy, ASMR, or whatever else, right? I'm just giving you an example, but how is that any different? You would need to condemn every single guest that had a QR code that had adult-related content. No, not yet, Ozzy. It's a very thin line. It's a very, very thin line. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why. If you're gonna condemn this, you gotta condemn so much more. You know. Again, I don't think it's any more like lewd than stuff that is already around the con. Why are we going after the expo and not parents of the said children that would be attending? Right. Yeah, it must be a really interesting choice at Unova. I think just, again, it's more of a question of, like, it's more deeply rooted in what we're exposing our children to, content-wise, right? And that is a whole separate conversation. I'm not going to dive into that. You can go after both later, absolutely. But what I'm saying is, you don't see that. Nobody's going after both. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, oh, well, they're going after OFFKAI in particular because they have this, right? And I think that's deep-rooted in the fact that this comes from specific people that have gripes with OFFKAI because of how they run their event or whatever, right? Or run their event in the past. But again, I don't think it's the expo's duty to, like, parent the children, right? Cons have already done things like this for years. I mean, I've been to cons a decade ago that had similar stuff like this, right? You could go up to, like a table, right? I'll give you an example. You could go up to a merch table. This will be the merch table down here. You go to a merch table, guys, and they would have safe for work stuff right here. And then on the other side, like behind stuff, curtain off, they'd have not safe for work back here. And there was a little thing that you could scan to look at all of it right here. Straight up in Artist Alley. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is, when it comes to anime conventions worldwide, this is not new or extreme in any way. Yeah, you like my pictures? Like, but again, my thoughts on this are like, it's up to the parents to police their children, right? I don't think that you should be allowing children to go to a con like this, period, in my opinion. But it's just like, it'd be this way for anything, like a special event or in public or whatever else, right? As the people who've never been to cons complaining half the time, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right on that. But if you go to like, I don't know, if you go to a special concert, right, and you go to a fucking bar or something like that, they're gonna fucking spray pig blood everywhere, and your kid's gonna be like, "Oh, mommy, why is everybody bleeding excessively?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's up to you as a parent to make sure that you are policing your children for anything, special event, in public, etc. And I mean, there's, again, I think Spencer's comparison is probably the most relevant because, again, everywhere you go, right? And again, I think this is not okay that children are getting exposed to this stuff, right? But you can walk into a Spencer's and find all kinds of shit. At least at OFFKAI, you have to get fucking charged to get in there, and then also they're very upfront about what's in there, you know? Yeah, exactly. I brought my 2-week-old newborn to a mosh pit. Almost got hurt. I'm now suing the band. I think so as well, but people are genuinely upset about this, Demon. I mean, like, I think if you were to talk about this and say, well, you know, I think this could have been better, right? I think there's room for improvement from Fansly here, but they did technically do exactly what they needed to do to make sure that they were protected, right? You have to click for an acknowledgement to go through that. So technically they did what they did. But I would say, hypothetically, let's say that, you know, I'm over here, right, guys? I'm the adult. I'm gonna be the adult. Me adult. Look at me, I'm an adult. I can't draw a circle. Imagine this is boobs. Okay, all right, and then we have little R Army kids. All right, little R Army kids. You're down here, and you have your phone, right? You got your big ass fucking phone. I don't know why your phone is so big, but let's say that you as a kid are like, oh my god, me want to scan QR code, right? You want to scan that as the parent. I mean, like, hell no, put your phone away. What's wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, hell no. And again, let's say that the parent has given permission for somebody to show up at a thing that is underage. Why the fuck did they choose to do that in the first place? You know, why as an adult would you freely let a kid run around an event like this, right? The VTuber is an inherently adult anyway, right? Like, if you remove Fancy from this, right? Let's just say, hypothetically, for a moment, guys, I'm going to remove Fancy from this event. Let's just take it out of the equation. Just please listen to me for a moment, guys. If we had Fancy out of this equation, right, would people be pissed off that adult creators are there? Because adult creators are technically exposing people at the con to adult-related stuff. I mean, maybe. I don't know, right? It's a hypothetical, but exactly. I think what everybody's doing is they're like, oh, well, let's just hyper-focus on Fansly. And they're not thinking about the entire implications of not only anime conventions as a whole, right? But how you have to get into the event, what that QR code actually has on it. You know, how they have to accept if they're going to do that. I think that this is like, they're using Fansly as a scapegoat, but also at the same time, it's like, it's outrage about something that if you go out in the real world, and unfortunately, this kind of stuff is easily accessible as well. If you're upset about Fansly, why are you not upset about fucking, I don't know, Spencer's? That's how I feel. I just feel like ultimately, like, protecting children from explicit content, that matters. I want to make that clear. For anybody that ever clips me out of context or some shit, I'm going to make this fucking clear right now. Protecting children against content like this when they're underage or not, don't need to be exposed to certain stuff, right? I think that matters a lot. And I think that we will all agree on that right now. But in this case, for this stuff right here, I don't think this is like the biggest problem, right? I think there's two criticisms that I would say really quickly. Number one, this QR code needed more than just one button to protect you from this stuff, right? I think maybe signing in would have been better. And then number two, potentially putting this in an 18+ area. This again, and this is to avoid extra criticism and just like feedback and you know, just to make sure, right? To extra double, triple, quadruple, hyper check. But I think with this right now, as it is, there's enough things in place to make sure that if you want to click on this and did all this stuff and scan the QR code and you're there without a parent's permission or you got your parents' permission to go to this and you're doing all that, then I have more questions than just why Fansly's here and what the fuck is the parent doing, you know? And I agree, Deception. My take is I don't think that kids can be at cons or events. Because I'm going to tell you guys, when I was a minor, I got exposed to a lot of shit that I should not have been exposed to. And you want to know where I saw that explicit stuff? Fucking anime cons, dude. Even the environment of anime cons is like, you know, it's so just bad, you know, like parents can be very entitled to every single space and person needs to accommodate to them. Well, let's be real, kids do not belong everywhere. Oh yeah. Oh, I saw the yaoi paddles. I saw the yaoi paddles being used when I was 14, Mango. And I'm like, Dad, what is that? And he's like, like, you know what I mean? Like his brain just fucking melted. You know, like. And look how Lara turned out. It'll turn out like a Lara. I also have one other question, just as a hypothetical chat. Again, I think this would be very wrong if this happened, but let me give you a hypothetical. The entire conversation, bad faith argument to police, what everybody can view under the guise of protect children. Right. Absolutely. So here's my question, hypothetical. If an adult went to this event and they took their kid and they let their kid scan this thing and gave them permission to go forward, right? To click through that button and go onto the website, which again I think would be very wrong. Hypothetically, what could you do with about that? Oh God, Dan, I'm so sorry. Yeah, report the parent, right? I mean, I know I'm throwing some hypotheticals to you guys, but I think there's a lot of outrage surrounding this, and it doesn't really like make sense to me because there's so much other things that are just not being considered. Yeah, it's a parent's fault, exactly. And that's my point. It comes down to the parents. It's the parents' fault. Yeah, cost CPS, exactly. So, chat, how do you feel about this? Do you feel like this is okay? Do you think, like, it's performative? Yeah, exactly. What do y'all think? I mean, look, I genuinely understand wanting to protect children from explicit content. I agree with that 100%. Look, I don't ever want to be a mom, but that doesn't mean I don't care about kids and I don't care about other people. But in this situation, I just feel like this is kind of, it's too much. It also matters how old the minor is. Right, of course. Of course. I mean, obviously, every situation is nuanced, but this is a generalized hypothetical, right? I mean, so, Sigma, I don't know if I could throw this out as a potential maybe. I'm going to throw this out there, guys. And again, you can tell me what you think about this, right? But I think that there's a lot of people that are very upset with OFFKAI in general because of stuff like this, right? Where they have not allowed certain people to appear. Like Hirsch, people with unacceptable views or made people feel unsafe. They made these statements in the past. I feel like because this has been done, right? There's a lot of certain people that feel slighted by this or also feel like they are upset that this happened, that they are trying to cause an issue about it because it's OFFKAI and because of past choices made. Does that make sense? I don't know if it's an influencing factor, but I do notice that this is all kind of like very normal people that I normally see outraged when it comes to certain things that go on in the sphere, right? Rock Solid, Bricks. I mean, these are very normal people that seem to get mad about the same things over and over is what I'm pointing out. Again, I don't know if this is an influence. I mean, obviously, I can't tell you who and can't be there, right? That's not my job. Ultimately, with OFFKAI, it's their choice. You know what I mean? It's their choice. They can uphold whatever rules they want to, right? I haven't been ever accepted into an OFFKAI panel or anything like that. And I understand that because I'm a newstuber. And I understand with that comes an era of controversy, right? You're talking about drama. So I understand if I'm not a good choice for them, that's totally fine. I don't take offense about it. I take it as I understand, right? I don't know if this is an influencing factor. I don't know. I don't think it's odd to say wrong opinions are worse than sexual content on the Reddit. This can be 18+ serious too, but to be honest, it's their Wait, I think it's odd to say wrong opinions are worse than sexual content. What do you mean by that? I don't understand. I'm too stupid. I think it's wrong to allow people to get OFFKAI just because they have other opinions. I think it's wrong, but it's my opinion. I think the thing, Ozzy, is I think you're allowed to be there, right? I think it's more about being like a guest. Like, it's an opportunity, right? I think they're allowed to be there, right? Didn't Rev also appear at somebody's side table? Like, I don't think they're banning you from showing up. I just think that they're not allowing you to be a special guest. And that's, the difference is you can be there versus an opportunity, right? But I'm not one to decide that. I'm not OFFKAI staff. I don't know. Right, it's a privilege, Hunter, right? Thank you. I just think ultimately with this thing, like, I don't know if this is being blown up by certain parties because it's just OFFKAI, or if this is actually being blown up because they're genuinely concerned about the well-being of stuff. I don't know. Do you think it's an influencing factor, chat? Like, what do you think about it? Yeah, no, I don't think Pippa was banned, right? First manager, yeah. I mean, to be for this, whatever, like I said, it was tamed to me, at least it didn't show some half naked. Right. Yeah, I mean, like, totally different. If there's, like, explicit content out here, like, you know, without some kind of at least a button or acknowledgement, yeah, I'd have a problem. If you could scan that and it just straight up took you to stuff, yes, I would have a problem. But there is a screen that says, yeah, you gotta be 18+. Promoting sexual content is fine. Not allowing the same space have a booth for people with different views is odd, but it is their con, so I can't see much. I mean, again, I don't think they're denying anybody. Like, I don't think they're denying anybody a booth, are they? I'm gonna be real, guys. It's been so long, so I apologize, but what were the grounds that they denied? Because obviously we're talking about Kirsch. What was the grounds that they denied Kirsch? What did they deny her for? Was it a panel or was it a booth? Yeah, what was it? President money, we bring a child to place in a child's cancer code and goes to the site. That's on the parent. I mean, I would be concerned that they did that, but that would be on the parent. I agree. It was a panel, right? I don't think it was a booth. So I think it was a panel. I mean, somebody can remind me. I don't remember, right? Oh, you're talking about where they ruined the concert, right? Yo, what's up, Mustafa? It was up here there, and then they blocked it. Some volunteers made a fuss, I think. Was it a panel? Gotcha. Is she? I guess my question is she like permanently banned, or she's just not able to be part of a panel? Hold on, let me look. I'm sorry, it's been so long, guys. I just don't remember. Basically, what I'm trying to find out, my intention is it more denying opportunity or denying appearance at all? Oh, she was blacklisted and removed as a panelist from OFFKAI Expo. Oh, so she was blacklisted. Oh, specifically blacklisted from appearing as a panelist. So I think she's still allowed to be there. She's just not allowed to be a panelist, right? Which, again, that's more of an opportunity versus allowance, right? Activist volunteers complain, put pressure and sabotage Kirsch from people who are related, associated with her, sure. Yeah, it's kind of coming back to me. It's been a while. I don't want to dive too much back into that, of course, but again, it does seem like she was stripped of an opportunity versus like the right to actually show up. So I think again, I don't know if this groups of people are complaining because of that. They have something against OFFKAI or just like a genuine concern, right? Ultimately, it doesn't really matter. It might be a contributor. I don't know. But anyway, chat, final thoughts. What you think? I'm going to stay in a stretch really quick. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter, but none of cool regards to what you believe. I don't agree with everything she says either, but she isn't a mad actor that stirs stuff up at the con. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, Dan. Absolutely. Kirsch isn't too sorry about it anymore. Some of her fans might be, yeah. I mean, obviously the Kirsch stuff is its own conversation, right? But I think it kind of comes down to what Leader said. It's like, it's on my con, right? So, also, people never attribute to malice what can be easily explained through incompetence. I mean, I don't want to say it's incompetence. I think there are better ways to do it, but, you know, I think there wasn't a shawarma place inside and I made it a bad con. None of it is acceptable. It can always do better. Right. And that's my thing, Demon Beef. I'm like, yeah, this could be better, you know? Like, there's some stuff. People blogging someone that's actually malice and start stuff or it's really harmful in their views, like actually harmful. I mean, I'm still to this day, I don't really... I know some stuff that Kirsch has said that I disagree with. I just don't think I know enough about her to have like a extremely informed opinion, you know? I've only heard or seen a few things that I've been like, yeah, I don't agree with that, or I think that's wrong, right? But I'm just uneducated when it comes to her, you know? Again, there's only a few things that I've seen that I'm like, yeah, no, but other than that, I can't say I'm 100% informed, you know? She had a lot of stuff purposely taken out of context and painted badly too. Kirsch's politics are pretty in line with the red state normies. Best to keep it that way. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously we don't interact with each other, and that's fine, you know, like, that's fine. Again, I've stated my opinion on her very clearly before, during the whole, like, balancing. Like, obviously there's some stuff she said that I disagree with and I denounce. That's it, you know? I can't say that I keep up to date with her or know enough to be able to, like, report on her or something like that. But ultimately, like, her case really isn't relevant, I guess. It's just more about Are people upset? I mean, I guess it kind of is. Are people just more upset about what happened before? And that sort of outrage? Or are people actually genuinely upset because of what it is, right? I don't know. I can't tell you. For the people thing, some of the OFFKAI said want to remove her alongside Kirsch, but since I kind of pay for everything, is he in booth for artist salary, they could remove her because it would cause huge conflict for Face Connect. They want to risk using ties to them, right? And then I remember like the sabotage of, well, rumored sabotage of the concert. Yeah, so I think we're about to dive into a topic that's not really that relevant anymore. So I'm going to end it here with this conversation. But I thank you guys, of course, for sharing your thoughts. Let's move on to the next story. I just want to see my notes. Yeah, I want to see my notes. Oh, no, we got more to talk about. We got more to talk about, guys. Trust me. Yeah, we got plenty more to talk about. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I had all my ducks in a row. Anyway, chat, let's skip up to some indie news. We will end off with the mint stuff. But first up, guys, I did want to show you this really, really cool toggle. We did get over it. Yeah, we did get over it. This is Moriko. Moriko actually has this really cool toggle. Because we're doing something for no matter what mask I switch to. It automatically adjusts it on my model. I think it's really cool. Take a look. Yeah, so when they adjust it in a game, it also does it on their model as well. That's super cool. I don't know if they're running it on emulator. Maybe that's the way it picks it up. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but either way, that's cool. Bro, I'm not doing the fucking mask. Okay, maybe the cow mask. That's actually pretty funny. Anyway, chat, I thought this was very cool, and I wanted to show you this. Of course, also, Unnamed actually just recently released a brand new song. They said I participated in Hoyo Fair. As a creator, I wanted to tell Suna's story. The song is colorful, chaotic, weird, and happy, but it's about a girl desperately hoping for notice before her time turns out as an idol. Take a look. I'm glad Unnamed is actually like getting more involved in music again. It really makes me happy to see them more active. Of course, also guys, we didn't hit the McCrelly goal yesterday, but McCrelly has decided to make the new breakfast order, which is apparently 10 bajillion hash browns, 2 of these McGriddles, I guess like a pancake meal, orange juice. I mean, there's so much shit in here, bro. Like, oh my god, what the hell is this? 6 hash browns, 1 sausage, egg, and cheese. These McGriddle, bro. What the fuck, dude? Crowley, stop making fucking challenges! Holy shit. I think the Panda Express one is definitely the absolute worst one for sure. Of course, also, guys, we have another Anki update. And, guys, I gotta tell you something kind of wild about Anki. So, if you haven't been here or you missed my coverage of this, Anki has had a lot of problems, right? Well, I decided to try to follow up with them because they said they were going to be transparent about their ticket sales. Well, they decided to not be transparent about their ticket sales. They said, we're going to tell you, and then decided a week later, we're not going to tell you. Well, ever since that moment, guys, I literally have not heard anything from them. Nothing at all. They have provided no information. They've literally answered, like, nobody else's questions. It's just been radio silence, bro. It's been so weird. Well, we also have Kokoro, who also goes on to talk about there's stuff going on with Anki. It says, notice, due to multiple concerns in the event, seeing there's a lack of communication and getting answers, I feel it's time for me to call it quits and not participate as a virtual VTuber guest performer at Anki Expo. I gave them the benefit of the doubt by asking questions, figuring out what was going on for the past month, but turns out I wasn't getting anywhere with them. Feels like a spiraling loop, and then they took too long to get back to me as well as others. Sure, I got some questions answered, but not quite the main important questions that I wanted answered for major concerns. I thought it would give them grace to explain. I'm not so sure anymore. I'm tired of waiting, and I just want to move on for my own mental being. Sorry. Being. Oh my god, my own mental health. Good lord. I wish I could stay as a first-time VTuber guest and fulfill that dream, but I don't think I can stay with them anymore. And I feel like a fool for advertising Anki to my community While feeling neglected and having my own personal experiences with them, I could only wish them well for their future endeavors. For now, I'll focus on myself and I'll move on, work on my craft, know my worth, and that dream of being a virtual VTuber guest performer will come again someday. There it is, guys. I mean, really quickly, actually. Let me sleuth. Yeah, let me sleuth. And I'll give you some information. As of the 22nd, nothing. No, I'm sorry, that's actually wrong. As of the 20th, absolutely nothing. Zero, bro. Zero information. So, I mean, I think Ascon is going to have it regardless. I think they already, in my opinion, I think they already paid the venue fee and they're kind of locked into it, but we'll see, guys. I think Ascon is absolutely cooked. I think it's absolutely cooked. In other news, guys, we had talked about Lychee Bee. Do you remember this, guys? When we talked about Lychee Bee, Lychee Bee was actually causing a lot of drama. And what they did was they called out this VTuber for not interacting with them. When they raided, well, it turned out that this person actually did acknowledge when they raided, celebrated them, stuff like that. And they basically got mad because this particular VTuber did not follow them back on Twitter. It was very weird. She got very mean girly about certain stuff. It was very odd, guys. So anyway, I want to run the recap for you because there is a little bit more to this story that we just found out. So I'm going to let VTuber explain, just kind of wrap up what I had said last time. It's quicker and easier than me just having to go back through every link and re-explain it, but take a look here, guys.
Have worked with Lychee Bee in the past and was acquainted with her as fellow content creators prior to the situation. However, I was not personally involved in the situation.
Expect that.
While it may or may not appear
that,
otherwise
dude.
to some, this isn't a video to support or criticize Lychee Bee or her supporters and critics, but is strictly to cover and discuss the events and details that have transpired.
Like,
the context. Lychee Bee is an indie Canadian VTuber who debuted for the first time on October 12th, 2024. The drama started around July 13th, 2024.
But you gotta remember, like, they lost, they're part of a group. The group members like separated from them. It was wild.
26. When Lychee made a rant post about her discontent with her raid experience, claiming that she felt invisible to the rated VTuber after raiding with around 40 viewers, even when one of her viewers gifted 10 subs to the VTuber.
So again, she vented, but she also misrepresented what happened as well. She lied.
This post would start to gain a fair amount of attention from the VTubing community, with criticism towards her appearing for her raid mentality at the time, as well as citing a previous tweet from her.
Yeah, and this one was really weird too. She's like, just saw a VTuber get a raid at 2,000 viewers. And somehow fumbled back to 36 max, sister hell. I mean, dude, what the hell? That's crazy. Like, why are you being a mean girl like that?
As a reason why people wouldn't appreciate her quote-unquote mean girl mentality. Over the course of the same day, Lychee would make a few more tweets regarding the criticism she was facing, essentially claiming that her critics were quote-unquote witch hunting her for her tweets, and that they should be doing something else, which only caused more eyes to be on her and the situation. Now, Lychee would make a video on July 14th in response to the criticism, where she'd highlight extensive personal trauma, her past online history of doxing and harassment, and her general motivations for streaming, that being to combat intense loneliness. In that video, she would essentially dismiss the complaints and critics towards her by pointing to how, quote, I don't think a couple of words should really bother you that much, and compared her situation to those who spread racism and hate speech.
So again, we have like, we have that fundamental thing we were talking about with the Odyssey movie, right? It's like, well, we're criticizing you for this, and yes, there are bigger issues, but that doesn't mean we can't criticize you for this one thing, right? Yo, what's up, Sin? How are you, cutie? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Yeah, definitely a deflection, right? Obviously, she dismissed a lot of this. People were very upset. And it got worse.
The escalation. The drama would blow up on July 15th, 2026, when indie VTuber Satsuma made a tweet that showed Lychee's raid in question, to where the VTuber in question, Haruharo, was quite grateful for the raid and gifted subs, and shouted Lychee.
Yeah, I mean, it literally made Lychee, she was a liar, basically. She misrepresented the entire interaction. Haru was very kind, very sweet, celebrated her.
Out both on stream and on Twitter, which allegedly contradicted the July 13th raid claims that Lychee made. This would cause a major backlash towards Lychee and her claims, with many more individuals calling Lychee out for her alleged.
And also, on top of this, she lost, like all of her group members she was in left.
The misrepresentation of the
They were like,
situation.
"I'm out."
Lychee would go on to vent in her Discord on the 16th, essentially burning bridges with other VTubers and claiming that those who were criticizing her were simply doing it for clout, rather than a genuine attempt to point out any issues. Indie VTuber Waffle
Yeah,
Bean
exactly.
would
I
also
loved
call out
Haru.
Lychee on July 17th, claiming that Lychee has bullied her and other VTubers in the past, and highlighted an instance in their DMs where Lychee either intentionally or inadvertently downplayed Waffle's past homelessness by referring to herself as homeless. In the exchange, Lychee would briefly apologize, but would end up arguing with Waffle over.
I think this part might have been maybe miscommunication. I don't want to assume intention here, but I think that Lychee definitely like misused being homeless, right? She's like, she wasn't homeless, but she didn't know where she was gonna live, and maybe that was just a miscommunication. But ultimately, this did kind of cause a little bit more of an escalation. I can kind of put this part up on the shelf. It's not the main issue for me,
for
but
what she interpreted to be
it's
a
still
mild
a
issue.
part of it,
This
right?
would end up being the last straw for
Yeah,
a
it's in
lot of
between
people,
them.
with many who were associated with her opting to pull away from Lychee, which included, but weren't limited to, one of her mods, her group mates, and her model Rigger. Now, after those two tweets, Lychee would deactivate her Twitter account and opted to make a second one, where she'd claimed that she would use it just to continue her art contest and post minor things. However, this would end up not being entirely the case. The Google Docky. The same day, on July 17th, Lychee would post a 16-page
I'm gonna
Google
move
Docky
on.
as an attempt to
Drop 16-page
address the
Google
drama.
Docky.
In this Google Docky, Lychee would start by claiming
Alright,
that
yeah, you
VTubers
really
were
moved
piling
on.
onto her by posting misleading screenshots of her messages to make her appear evil, though it wouldn't include the primary screenshots in question due to the high stress she was facing at the time. To go over the counterpoints Lychee made in the Docky, she would apologize.
Again, I just feel like this response is really poor. She's like, well, I'm facing a lot of stress, so I don't really want to like put everything out there right now, and also deflect. It's like you just you made a bad statement, you misrepresented something. Like, just take the
to Haru
out.
for venting about the situation, claiming that the vent was made due to miscommunication between the two, and that she felt ignored due to not being followed back on Twitter after she raided Haru.
That's so dumb. Like, nobody else to follow you. Like, nobody owes you a
Though
follow.
claimed that the community was being inaccurate in regards to the nature of the situation, as it was a post that she made at the moment. Regarding the mean girl behavior claims, Lychee claimed that the CCV tweet in question was a quote-unquote cheeky post, rather than a genuine attempt to drag someone down, and claimed that VTubers were cropping the replies to make it appear that she was being mean. Unfortunately, screenshots of the replies weren't shown, and I don't have a way to 100% confirm or counter this. Apart from calling indie VTuber Existential Bread out for being an alleged stalker due to a prior interaction, Lychee would address the Waffo situation, claiming that Waffo quote-unquote blew up at her for the usage of the word homeless,
Yeah,
and
double
refused to
space
accept
breaks
Lychee's
in
apology.
between.
She would state that she used the word because she genuinely
That's gonna
believed
be
that she
my
was going to be
Google Doc
homeless,
feed.
and insisted that she never explicitly asked for money. She wrapped up the docky by essentially stating that the true mean girls are the ones who are starting and dragging this drama out of jealousy, and that they should be focusing on those who actually deserve it. Now, did this docky help Lychee absolve herself of the drama? No, far
No,
from it,
it
as people would
definitely
call her
didn't.
out for allegedly taking zero accountability for her behaviors and actions, and opting to deflect rather than apologize. One user even found screenshots of her flat out saying the N-word 5 years ago, to which Lychee initially claimed it was fake, but then added a section to her document stating that she used it to quote-unquote fit in with her harasser.
So this was weird to me because I didn't know she said it was fake. I thought she was just like, yeah, you know, it was 5 years ago, I fucked up. But there's a big difference between, yeah, that's fake, and, oh, well, I did say that. Like,
The aftermath.
so we can misrepresenting
Unfortunately,
stuff.
Lychee would state in her Discord that she attempted a few hours after the release of her document.
I want to stop here, guys, because she did attempt. And obviously that's horrible. It's very sad. I'm glad that she's okay. Obviously this drama is not worth anybody's life. I'm glad that she's okay. I really am glad that she's okay. Obviously the criticisms are fair that she received, but her life is more important, right? This
But has
is the
fortunately
update, by
been
the way.
saved by paramedics. She has gone silent on Twitter and Twitch as of this video, though has been continuing to post announcements on her Discord server.
Which I can confirm. I did go check. There's
One of these
nothing else.
announcements, back on July 22nd, linked her most recent video at the time of writing the script. This video essentially went over the details of what happened during the drama and the aftermath, where she stated that she was okay and was at her hometown recovering from the attempt. However, this video would mark a significant turning point with Lychee's beliefs and behaviors towards those in the VTubing community through various ways. One of the biggest changes being that her motivation to stream and to do well is now out of spite, wanting to succeed and partner push on Twitch to quote-unquote piss everybody off. She would also attack those who cut ties with her, especially those who reached out to her after her attempt, and would start boycotting the VTuber community
okay,
by
got
stating
Twitter.
that it's
Yeah, I only
quote-unquote
checked her
the most
Twitter
jealous and toxic
Twitch.
environment, and opting to no longer collab with anybody anymore. She would also mobilize her audience by telling them to quote-unquote just be as annoying as possible by aggressively spreading and promoting her content and channel. Now, towards the end, she basically stated that she fully intends to continue making content and re-emphasized her spite-driven motivation to succeed in content creation. As with all my videos, do not harass anyone in.
I mean, look, I'm okay if you want to motivate yourself to, you know, be a bigger creator and do your stuff, but I guess it never feels like she took real accountability, you know? Like, I mean, a little, but not really. It always came with a but or an and, like... Little bit, guys, I just want to update you. I'm glad that she's doing okay. Obviously, her life is very important. That is the most important thing, right? But also the criticism's still fair, right? Like, both can exist simultaneously. But that is a very small update. There you go, guys. So before we end today's stream, guys, we have a big story to talk about. And I want to talk about this particular VTuber named Fiznom. This is Fiznom. I'm gonna say Fiznom. This is Fiznom's alt account named Fiznoom. And when we scroll through this, you can see that Fiznom is a very big Made Mint fan. He loves Made Mint. I mean, like, he's got a little shrine. He's got like a bunch of pictures. He's posting go-lives, clips. Number one Made Mint fan, literally. And honestly, that's base as fuck. I love Made Mint. Not my favorite streamer, but absolutely an amazing creator and a big fan. And you know what? That's totally fine, right? But before I continue, guys, really quickly, do you see anything wrong with this, chat? Is there anything wrong with these posts? Yes or no? I need a very clear yes or no. Is there anything wrong with us? No, I agree with you. There's nothing wrong with us, right? You're a fan. That's cool, dude. I love that for you. Got all this cool stuff. Awesome. Now I'm going to ask you really an important follow-up question. Is there anything wrong with Made Mint? Has Made Mint done anything controversial? Is Made Mint controversial in the least bit? Is there anything wrong with Made Mint, period? Right, exactly. I've never heard anybody say anything negative about Made Mint. She's not like, she doesn't create like adult content. So nobody's even gonna take that angle on her. Like, literally nothing. Nothing. She is like the least controversial VTuber in the entire world. Well, people are very upset about Made Mint right now. In fact, they're actually calling Fiznom a pedophile for liking Made Mint. I'm not even kidding, guys. I'm not even kidding. They're literally calling him a pedophile for liking Made Mint. Yes. So before we continue, guys, we gotta go back in time. She's not even, look, here's the thing too. Here's the thing. Okay, all right. Let's say we're having a conversation about Lolly. Can I say this very loudly? Made Mint is not Lolly. What the hell are you talking about? Mint's not even Lolly, dude. She's an adult. Her model isn't even like remotely Lolly. Like, she's like an adult female streaming an adult model. Like, what? Not even close. So let's get back in time. Let's get back in time. Because I do want to talk about Fiznom. I hope I'm saying this right. Or is it Phenom? I'm going to say Fiznom. Anyway, Fiznom, if you don't know him, I mean, he's a pretty big YouTuber, right, guys? Pretty much known in the FNAF community, other things like that. 375,000 subscribers. He's kind of, you know, he's kind of a big deal, you know, like... Anyway, well, Fiznom kind of had some prior controversies, guys. And so... taking a look here, I did want to read something that was in VTuber Drama. I admit I'm a little excited to talk about this, as I was there during Fiznom's past drama. In the FNAF community, it's like a big crossover episode for me. Fiznom was a controversial figure in the FNAF community back in 2023, chat. He was a developer for the Fazbear Fanverse initiative, a project where Scott Cawthon, who's the creator of FNAF, will personally fund FNAF fan games to improve them and allow monetization. This was a really cool program that Scott put on. Fiznom was always a little assertive and brash. They were known to harshly criticize newer FNAF games like Security Breach. They were also really aggressive towards fellow controversial YouTuber Theft King. Even if Theft King was more in the wrong, it highlights unprofessionalism, especially when someone who is working with Scott Cawthon. It's a little brash, a little callous. Then came their biggest controversy in 2023. To summarize, he insulted a FNAF game. A random guy named Alex, online, here's their handle, Golden Rabbit, joked to do the same to their game. Alex got harassed by Fiznom fans. Fiznom did not take it serious at all. FNAF Plus was fully canceled. So let's go take a look here at these links. I mean, you're asking, do you rickroll me? You're saying me hate Def King to his live audience.
Obviously, this whole thing is hilarious because this fucking idiot, fuck that guy, dude. Wow, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I don't know why he would get into this. I guess he was waiting for his opportunity. I guess he's jealous or something, waiting for his opportunity to try to go for me. But you swing at the king, you best not miss. And these fucking guys miss. Yeah, I think Johnny Blocks absolutely looks like a fucking asshole. Who the fuck do you think you are, dude? And I'm sure he feels like a fucking idiot. You get fucking Johnny Blocks fucking saying, hell yeah, brother, let's jump straight into chasing that bag. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Johnny, I'm sorry, you're gonna pub...
So I think you can see kind of where the aggressiveness is coming from, but obviously this controversy, there is more to dive in on this. I'm going to take a little swing over here to this controversy mega thread, and we'll go back. So recently, again, this is from 3 years ago, on the 29th of July, Fanverse Initiative member Phil Morg, creator of Five Nights at Freddy's Plus, did a stream playing the recently released Ruin DLC for Security Breach. The stream quickly became controversial due to how people viewed Fiznom when about tackling it with things they were said or were doing. Many people expressing their criticism towards it afterwards. After the stream ended, Fiznom made a tweet stating, well, that was boring, and many people responded to it with their thoughts on the matter. In particular, Twitter user Golden Rabbit made a joke statement, can we tweet this after FNAF Plus comes out? It's only fair. Leading many users sending them death threats and even footage of gore. They've since deleted the tweets due to people misunderstanding it and not wanting to harass Phil. So very much, again, you know, the statement did not equal the backlash, right? It was very disproportionate. But made aware of what was going on, Fiznom made several tweets jokingly asking for people to send him death threats instead. I'm writing an apology doc that linked to a joke video. As a result, many people have been expressing their disappointment with how they've been handling the matter. So instead of kind of being like, hey, don't do that, they just made jokes out of it, right? Afterwards, Golden Rabbit made one post where they showed they tried to get in contact with Fiznom under a different account, but it really had instant gore and threats. Fiznom liked the tweets but blocked them. As of the time of writing this, most recent statement behind them is him stating that jokes aside, they did not tolerate people harassing others or sending gore. So they did eventually make that statement, right? So let's go take a look here. Okay, it's gone. Well, GG's. He says, jokes aside, sending people gore and death threats is completely inexcusable behavior, and obviously don't support this at all. I don't consider anybody or anyone that would do this to be a fan of me, but let me know who you are, and I will block them and ban them from my community. So it sounds like Fiznom's like just a little controversial, but I don't know if he's done something necessarily that was like absolutely like super awful. It just feels like he's like had a little controversy, right? Let's keep reading though. Maybe it's changed. He didn't allegedly accuse Alex, who was a minor of things, because he chatted with someone 3 years ago. The lads have found no proper documentation of this incident. Okay, we can put that up on the shelf. He didn't seem to slowly integrate in the VTuber community. Not sure he was already a VTuber fan during the aforementioned FNAF dramas. Right, he's just very opinionated. I think that's the best way to put it. But I recall seeing him follow Ina in 2023. When I was discovering VTubers myself, they also tweeted about Doki Bird's return. In 2025, they made their presence more clear. They paid tribute to Gargura, talked about Cinder, mentioned Bishojo, and has Zoe as their manager. I guess at one point, none of this compared to him obsessing over Maid Mint, which is what led to the recent drama. So let's go take a look at some of the stuff that is being said, guys, because there's a lot. And I think the main person that is talking about this is that yellow bear, Golden Freddy, right? Because I've said it before that Fiznom is a disgusting piece of shit. God, he never got to achieve any success or fame after FNAF Plus. I know he fades into the obscurity that he had deserved for a very long time. Those that follows Lolicon, I'm disappointed in you. So here's the thing, dude. Number one, if you want to criticize him for the FNAF stuff, I gotta be honest, I'm not an expert on that. 100%. I won't even say I'm an expert. If you want to criticize him on that, I guess that's fair. But, dude, this guy literally, like, Feedman is not Lolicon. What are you talking about? Maybe you didn't look at the account. Maybe he used to post different types of content there. Whatever the reason, doesn't matter. Being account December long after everything he did came to light, you knowingly followed someone like that. Bro, he just likes Maid Mint. It's not that deep. Like Maid Mint's not even lolly. Like I wouldn't even consider her lolly. Yeah, I think it's like thinking worst assumption, right? And obviously, Maid Mint isn't lolly. This is one of the most commonly used emoji combinations used by lolicons. Explain. This one. Holy schizo. What? What? So by using these emotes, that... Bro, you lost the plot. You lost the plot, dude. Yes, we're attributing emojis to lolicon. What? Where's your proof of that? Like, you have like 100-page document of like other... Like, what? You just threw that out there. There's like no proof whatsoever. You're just like, oh my god, Mint uses the same emojis multiple times because maybe she likes those or they represent the situation she's in. Like, you know what I mean? I've never seen this. I've never seen this in my life. This is absolutely crazy. So of course, we'll go back a little bit. I want to find any more of the screenshots over here. So of course, hey, so I want to address that Fiznam also mocked a minor being sick or by his fans. I mean, again, it did look like, from what I see at least, it did look like he didn't really take it seriously, but ultimately did at the end, right? Did get like some BS calling Fiznam a lolicon because he likes a real adult streamer, used a VTuber avatar that doesn't even look that young. Fiznam is just unironically into lollies, by the way, like no joke. Again, showing Maid Mint stuff. Same things that we've just read. I don't get it, guys. Am I like, genuinely? You can check me really quick. Am I crazy? Is liking Maid Mint a problem? Yes or no? Yeah, like, what do you guys think? Yes or no? I genuinely think Maid Mint is probably one of the most non-controversial peoples, and I don't think she's even lolly at all. Like, that's why I'm so confused. Multiple people did go on to talk about this as well. People like Daika says, came across this series of threats accusing a YouTuber of being a pedo and following CP accounts. After going through dozens of replies and finally sussing out what was actually going on, it turned out he just like Mint. What are we doing, man? Like, the problem is like if you're literally watering down the word like pedophile by doing this kind of stuff, right? Like you're saying, oh well, you like Maid Mint, so you're a pedophile. Like, dude, you're literally making this terminology mean absolutely nothing, and that's a problem, right? We need to make this word mean something because there's actual horrible people out there that need to straight up be convicted and tried and caught. You know, why are we saying random nice internet girl who looks like an adult? It makes you a pedo all of a sudden. Finn says VTuber is a cute model. Guy's a fan of said VTuber. Guy gets called a pedophile for having a fan of said VTuber. There's so many people online nowadays that see a cute anime girl and immediately associate them with children. They claim to be the normal ones. Mint's not even lolly. I agree with that. She's literally just cute. She's just a cute girl, dude. She's a cute adult woman. Like, oh my gosh, dude, it's killing me. It's killing me. Postra, you might know Postra. They are a larger content creator as well. There's a reason for these accusations that people seem to believe that this creator is attempting to bait lolicons with their design of their avatar, and that Phil, in posting out about how much he likes her content, is falling into that bait. I do not believe that to be the case, and despite the fact that I imagine it will upset a lot of people in here, I do not intend to cut off my friend because of it. The character in question is a grown adult woman, and so is the creator that uses the avatar. Absolutely. W. I do not for a second believe my friend is a pedophile for being a fan of her. Content, I believe, claiming such is incredibly damaging and harmful. Assuming he sees himself that content makes him incredibly uncomfortable. He says, I genuinely mistake your on my part. I interact a lot with VTubers and artists, so I tend to follow from standalone pieces that stand on my For You page. All this shit makes me uncomfortable, so thank you for bringing this up. I'll follow these accounts and be more careful in the future. Yo, what's up, Jack? How are you? And it's totally their right. Absolutely. If they're not comfortable with all this stuff, they do not have to interact with it, and that is totally cool. But I think it is such a stretch to say, oh my god, yes, Maid Mint is lolly, and liking Maid Mint makes you a pedophile. Like, we're really schizoing out on this one. Like, you don't have to like lolly, that's fine. I mean, I'll be honest, some lolly stuff makes me uncomfortable too. How are you, Jack? What's up, sweetheart? How was your stream? News today has been both good and bad. So of course, Fiznam goes on to add on to this, saying, well, I just woke up early to the yearly ritual of getting harassed for made-up shit. It's been 3+ years of this kind of thing on and off, so I'm used to it by now. I'm actually busy at the moment, so if you are one of those weird, creepy roleplay accounts that are just like, please use this post to leave your spam harassment comment. I don't get to blocking you whenever I have free time. All I'm going to say is that I love VTubers and VTuber culture. I'll absolutely get worse and more open about it in the coming months. And anyone who's uncomfortable about that should definitely leave. Also, please don't equate liking VTubers with serious crimes that should be reserved for actual dangerous people and taking away the impact of those words to turn them into a joke causes real actual harm in the long run. Thank you so... Hell yes, I'm clapping so loud for you right now, dude. Absolutely, W. You cannot make claims like that and water down the terminology because there's actual people that deserve to be brought to justice, dude. People who did it constantly don't care about the implications are genuinely disgusting to me. Anyways, just remember to stay kind. I'll see you again when I get back home. I think the FNAF drama, like, is its own thing, right? And if you want to judge that based on whatever it is, obviously that's up to you how you want to do that. I kind of want to put this up on the shelf just for a moment when I say this, but I genuinely feel like Fiznam is just a VTuber fan, and people are mad that he likes a cute model. Like, I don't know. This feels like forced outrage about something that's, in my opinion, it's ridiculous. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Like, look, it'd be one thing if there was like more, like something of actual concrete, like evidence or something here, but well, what is this, dude? What is this, dude? Now, like, it's very borderline to the like normal like lolly conversation, right? But this is just flat out like, dude, she's not even lolly, so where the fuck are you coming from on this? Like, you know, I can understand if people don't like lolly. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But we're not even in that realm, you know, like that river is downstream. We're all the way at the top of the mountain. Like, what the fuck are people talking about, you know? That's when Nothing Burger Distal Drama so said. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, with the whole lolly stuff, I've talked about it plenty of times, and I know the controversy, and for some viewpoints, I get it. You know, I understand if you don't like lolly related stuff. I think calling people pedophiles about it is way too much for the average person, but I will say that in this case, MAID is not even, you know, a lolly at all. So why are we even talking about that? Why is that even part of the conversation? People see VTubers and just assume anything about us, so we're just a diverse community. So many voices. Exactly. Absolutely. Exactly. Yeah, he didn't even like sexualize her. How many times does people make it now that she's very wholesome. Although you're in the same situation. Now I lost count because this comes every 3 to 5 months. First Gura, then Saba. Exactly. What? I mean, we could sit here and talk for hours about lolly versus non-lolly and how people feel about that, but why do we need to? This has nothing to do with that at all. You're literally saying, oh, you like an adult woman who isn't an adult model, so you're a pedophile? Like, it's insane to me. It's insane to me. I think that it's okay to criticize somebody about something that happened in the past if you disagree with how they handled it. From what I see, I feel like, yeah, I kind of joked, but ultimately he came around. If you want to criticize that, again, I'm not an expert, that's fine, but don't take that prior instance and make up your mind about something now and try to damn him for something that legitimately is not a problem. Don't want to throw in the word PDF around to demonize somebody and are tired of it. My friend had been accused of one just because they like chibis. Right, exactly. It'd be like calling like Chibi Doki lolly. Like, what? And I have seen people do that, by the way. Yeah, poor Mint, dude. She's just out here fucking existing. Like, she didn't do anything. It was petite adult woman. Right. Oversimplifying something to fit under circle of immorality is a sign of being stupid, exactly. Which, I mean, like, I think some of us see stuff, right? And we go, oh, that's bad. That makes me mad, right? That makes me outraged. But, like, have the emotional intelligence to maybe step back and say, okay, let me think about this, right? Should I actually be upset about this? Or is this just like a knee-jerk reaction? And then once you go through that and you're like, okay, well, you know, maybe this is worth fighting for, maybe it's worth being upset about, look for information. And then once you have all that and you checked out those check boxes, then you can be upset about it. As long as you fulfilled the pre-research and emotionally checked with yourself, that's the biggest part. Yeah, morality culture is exhausting. I mean, I know a lot of times I interact a lot. Not really to my want, but much to my dismay, actually. I interact a lot with cancel culture people, right? And I think that sometimes things are pushed that are not fair. In this case, on Fiznam, this is unfair, right? And I will stand up for him. And like even like people who would consider anti-cancel culture, like Rev says Desi, right? He stood up for Fiznam, and I agree with Rev on this. I agree with his take that Fiznam does not deserve to be harassed over this for, him being a fan of Mint. But what I will say also is that there's sometimes where I look at other situations with anti-cancel culture, and morality of stuff is important, right? So it's very exhausting because there are genuine issues that we want to talk about, and then sometimes there's just all of this hullabaloo about, oh, but you're doing this anti-blah, blah, 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 and it becomes this noise of trying to push back when it's like, sometimes people's intentions are really pure. So I get when people are exhausted. I truly get it. I'm tired of stuff as well. I try to be balanced and look at both sides and be like, okay, so where are we coming from on this, right? Like, are we just screaming morality? Like, is it like the Finsley thing, right? Or are there actual things in place? And then vice versa. Maybe we're looking at Miyazu, right? And we're like, well, everybody is upset at her about XYZ. Why is that important, right? So it can go both ways. Helping with watering everything down, right? And I think it's the main point here. What he says is so important. This right here. Yeah, absolutely crazy situation, guys. I will definitely be getting a video out about this, but I'm just shocked. I'm genuinely in shock about, like, this actually went down. I'm just like, like, what are we doing, bro? Like, again, we're trying to, like, compare something, calling somebody and labeling them a lolly when they're not even lolly, and then now we're doing the extreme jump to, oh, well, you're a pedophile. Well, what have they done? Like legitimately, what crimes have they committed? If they've committed crimes, yes, absolutely, but come on, bro. Come on, let's be so real. Yes, this happens every couple months. Every couple months, somebody brings this back up. And this time, it's just some YouTuber and fucking made Mint, even though she didn't do anything. Like, she did stealing. She did stealing, bro. I don't get it. I don't get it, guys. I'm constantly shocked. Constantly shocked by what I have to witness on the internet sometimes. I'm so much sues for them at this point. I mean, I don't think you could. But it would be kind of funny. It would be kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna call it here, but thank you all so much for, of course, coming by and chatting about all of this stuff. As always, I appreciate your conversation and y'all being mature, and I hope you have a great, fantastic rest of your day. I am gonna call it here, but don't forget tomorrow, guys, we have lots of reacts. I took a week off, and we gotta get back to, of course, all of our stuff going on with, a death battle. I'm really excited for the new death battle. It's gonna be sick. Hello? Okay, apparently, my thing doesn't want to raid. Let's try that again. Let's try one more time, guys. No, thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, thank you guys, actually. Okay, let's try again. There we go. Anyway, guys, we're gonna go see Bip. She is a metal singer. Her voice is awesome, and she's also celebrating her 1-year anniversary, so give her some love. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you all tomorrow for some reacts. Have a good one, okay, guys? Bye, everybody. I'll get you a YouTube video out later today, okay? Yeah, make sure you check out my news channel. My news channel has all of the stuff that we talk about, not my reaction channel, okay? Bye, everybody. Bye, YouTube. See you later, cuties. Bye, Twitter. Have a good one, y'all. Bye, Twitch. If I can find the raid button, that'd be really